And then, yep, we're live.
Oh, I can hear it.
I'll bring us in. All right. Excuse me.
No. Yeah, they won't be able to hear us, unfortunately, if they came. I hope it does better than my stand-up comedy.
Hey, we are live. This is the first ever UCSS remote live behind the glass crossover edition. Mikey McNuggets, Earl the Pearl, Anthony Antonelli. We are at Caesars Sportsbook here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse for a Cavs watch party.
Yes.
The Monsters game, and we'll be able to turn the camera around in a sec, so just bear with us. But it is a packed house.
Man.
And I don't know who's here for UCSS, who's here for the Cavs, who's here for the Monsters, but they're here for us. And we packed Caesars.
It's a lot of us.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It's lit in here.
300? 250?
250, 300 and count.
Capacity's 250. I think we're definitely there.
We're
If not,
definitely
we're
there.
close.
We're getting close. And there's Daryl. We got our UCSS guys
got
here.
the bodyguard.
I see Evan 419 listening
Shout
on the
out to
phone. He
Evan.
can hear. Shout out to Evan. I see Butters.
419.
We got Daryl. We got a bunch of people who are here to support. And I cannot say, and before we get into the show, this could be a crazy show, I'm telling y'all.
Oh, yes, it'll be lit.
We want to say thank you. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We do this for you guys, and we do this because of your guys' continued support. So this is a first. We have lights. We have a soundboard. We have cameras that work. If y'all remember the first day we started, we had mics that didn't work. We had a studio with lights that barely worked. And now we are in a gosh darn sportsbook doing a live show.
Yeah,
do you ever
man.
think you'd be here?
No, we done came a long way, man. Shout out to that little YouTube show, man.
That little YouTube show.
YouTube show.
Anthony,
Behind
you
the
got a whole
glass.
squad here. So
I do.
shout
They're
out to
all
bringing
at
the
the
squad.
Monsters. Yeah, they're all watching the Monsters game, but Bree's right over here.
Yeah.
Shout out
She's
Bree.
doing social
Bree.
media for us
She's
tonight.
doing everything.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I got to tell a story before we start, guys. And we're going to talk plenty of sports. I promise you, once the Cavs start, we'll do some live reaction. We can see the TVs behind us as the Cavs get ready to take on the Celtics and snap their 11-game home win streak. But, Earl, after you left today, Anthony came in and we were finishing up work, and he said, I may know Bree's coming. And I was like, how do you know Bree's coming? And he goes, well, I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich last night for lunch, and my dad said, and you can't do that, Aunt, before I tell the rest. Why is that an issue?
Oh, she's definitely allergic to any kind of peanut, tree nut, walnuts, everything.
So we
And
didn't
my
want to
dad
kill
looks
Bree.
very uncomfortable, but he's like, you can't eat that tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I was like, why? So,
He
sorry.
looked out for him, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no.
shout out to Anthony, Dad, Mr. Cantaspelli, for saving the day, saving Bree. So peanut butter is like one of my favorite foods.
Right.
And I was like, I wonder if Miss Nuggets, like, if she was allergic to peanut butter, that'd be a deal breaker.
A deal breaker?
Yeah, I can't date someone that's like peanut butter. So I go into my phone. I search Gabby. I FaceTime Gabby. She had just woke up from a nap. And I'm like, hey, Gabby. She's like, hey, I'm with Aunt. She's like, hi, Aunt. And then I'm like, would you date me if I didn't like peanut butter? And if I broke it with you because you didn't like peanut butter, would you okay with that? And she's like, I don't know. And hangs up. Like, that was kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
There's a reason it was weird, Earl.
So Gabby
I
called-
hate to spoil.
Gabby texted me like 20 minutes later. I'm like, hey, like, thanks for answering that FaceTime. That was fun. She goes, what FaceTime? I look at Aunt. I go, Aunt, are we imagining something? She's like,
Mike and I were having an episode.
Yeah, we were like-
like, what do you mean? We just talked to you.
we just talked
20
to you.
minutes
Like,
ago.
I had the screenshot. I was like, look, here's the phone log, 142. It turns out I called a different Gabby and FaceTimed a different Gabby.
And guess who didn't recognize?
Did not
a
recognize
different girl's
the wrong voice.
as not his girlfriend.
We've been a little bit of a dog pound tonight. So, on Sunday come the Browns game, and Miss Nuggets is going to be here in a little bit, so she's going to show up. Also, if anyone is in attendance here, we are going to get some questions from the show. We have a
Yes.
fourth mic for the audience, so we'll be able to ask some questions.
Ask us live.
Ask us live. We're going to give out a bunch of T-shirts. We have 15 to 20 T-shirts. I'm not sure how many we grab. We're going to be giving those out. And we appreciate everyone for coming, showing up. And we're going to have some fun. Let's talk 2 minutes of Browns before we bring in Jayson and Bull and Tyvis and everyone else who's here, because we got the whole squad here minus Jay.
Yeah.
But, Earls, we are 48, 72-ish hours away from kickoff.
Tyvis right there.
I see
Tyvis is in the
Tyvis
house.
walking
Tyvis
away.
just showed up.
Yeah.
Yep. As you guys get ready, how you feeling about the Browns game, by the way? How you feel about the Bears, who are sneakily, I think, better than a lot of people give them credit for?
Well, I was the one that told the world before last week that we was going 5-0.
Wacko for Flacco,
I was wacko for Flacco. And I feel damn good, man. Joe Flacco has had 2 solid performances.
Yep.
I think with another week of reps under his belt, it looks like he has the total command of this team. Everybody seen the post-game locker room speech from last week. You seen how he commanded the room. And so now he's galvanized the troops. We're dealing with a lot of injuries, man, but we've overcome so much adversity already this year that, you know, I think that we just keep this train moving. I think the Bears are playing some pretty good football. I think they're a better team than what a lot of people give them credit for. I'm a huge fan of Jalen Johnson, the cornerback over there. Justin Fields is an Ohio State Buckeye, one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But I think the Browns are going to be able to handle their business, man. I think Flacco can lead us to another victory. This game is more important than what people think it is.
And the Bears have been better the last couple weeks. It's crazy. The Bears have the 5th pick in the draft right now. They're 1 game out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Think about that. They have
It's
the
insane.
5th pick and 1 game out of the playoffs. Since the Montez Sweat trade, they've been significantly better defensively. And I'm going to let Bull hop in here. So I'm going to be the first sub out.
Okay.
And Bull, do you want to join the Behind the Glass crew for this monumental, monstrous, first ever UCSS Behind the Glass crossover?
Yeah. Let's go.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah. So, yeah, if you are here live today, you can't actually hear us out in the mezzanine because they have the Cavs game audio.
Turn down my headset, will you?
No, Mike. He is. Nope, that's mine. Okay, I can't hear anything now.
Now Anthony can't hear.
You got to turn him up. You got to turn Bull
Which
down.
one's mine?
He's on 3 because he's close.
Bull's
Or
on
he's
3.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
There,
okay.
I'll control it.
Hey,
whichever
all right,
one's
now
closest
he's
over there.
producing.
I'll
Now-
figure. Yeah.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Bull's gonna.
We cannot hear you. How you doing tonight?
What's up, y'all?
Don't stare at me awkwardly. Let's go. Some energy here for crying out loud. Sorry to interrupt the Cavs pregame show. I know you're all locked into that. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Well, welcome to Behind the Glass, Bull.
What's going on?
How you feel, man?
I feel
This is
good.
beautiful, man. Look at us, man.
A lot of people here.
You know, we doing our thing out here.
The Monsters game has started,
Monsters
by the
game
way.
has started.
I think we're about 60 seconds in.
Are you doing play-by-play of that?
Oh no, I'm trying to find a TV I can see without getting blocked. But
Now, are you a Las Vegas hockey fan, Anthony?
yes, I am.
So now your girlfriend is?
No, I definitely think she's a Blue Jackets fan because she's from Columbus.
Yeah.
I got into hockey the year that the Knights formed, and I just got really lucky with how good they are.
There's no such thing as a diehard Vegas fan.
No, and I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
not a diehard fan of anything, I don't think.
All right, what do we want to talk
I
about,
told
guys?
Anthony, real quick, before we
Yeah.
find something to talk about, I told Anthony, to me, they're like the Golden State Warriors of the NHL. Like, I don't know much about hockey,
Yeah.
but I know, like, every time they're on, they're about 3 to 4, 5 goals maybe a game.
Usually, yeah. I mean, they went on an 11-game win streak this season, like right out the
Yeah,
gate.
but they're only like in their, 5th, 6th year?
I think this is their 7th. They went
already?
I think
the Warriors
so.
have been around
'Cause it was-
forever.
No, it was 2018.
I mean, like,
2018
in
was when they
terms
were
of,
formed.
like, how
I
they
believe.
score. You know, they can just get it at any means necessary.
I'm not used to the microphone being on the right side.
Oh, is it on the right side for you? Oh,
Yeah,
I
look
put it
at
on the
that.
left side.
That's weird.
I'm
So,
left-handed though, so maybe that's
We
why.
started talking Browns, man.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, 3rd start. What's your expectations for him? The defense has 2 weeks of film
I
on
think
him
he's
now.
going to shit the bed this week.
You think so?
No, I'm kidding. No, my expectations are, how could they not be high right now? What we've seen from him has been tremendous. So I don't know why you think anything else. Again, we all know he hasn't played a lot in recent years. He hasn't been consistently good, but he hasn't consistently played. And he hasn't had as good a team around him. The Browns aren't as good as they were earlier in the year, talent-wise, but they may actually be better. It's funny. They're less talented than they were at the beginning of the season, but at the moment, they feel like a good team. It's a weird thing because obviously they're missing a ton of talent. But this team forever had no heart, had no fight, had no toughness, and now it feels like it's completely flipped. Now this team feels like it's all about heart and fight and toughness. Because on paper at the moment, they're not that they're talented, but they're missing some important guys. They're not nearly as talented as they were in the beginning of the year, and yet it feels like the sky's the limit for this team. So we'll see. I mean, listen, I think we've learned this year, both for the Browns and for the league in general, it's more than ever a week-by-week league, right?
Yeah,
and you can't and thinking too far ahead makes no sense. You got to think 1 week at a time. This week, they're playing a team I think they should beat, although I think the Bears are a better team than we thought they'd be coming into the year. and it's going to be. I expect it to be a competitive game, but I expect the Browns to win at home, and we know their defense has played great at home.
It's true. Honestly, I think the home field advantage is going to be why they come out. And if you had asked me at the beginning of the season to pick any game on the schedule that we were going to be afraid of, Chicago and Houston both would never have been on that list. And now look at it. We're in, week 13?
Right.
It's insane how they've turned it around.
I mean, I think to
week 14. No, week 15.
Is
it 15?
15, yeah.
I think to
I missed a week somewhere.
You know, some of like what Bull was talking about, man, I got to give a lot of credit, honestly, to Andrew Berry and to Kevin Stefanski. One, you talk about how deep this team is, how talented this team is. And yeah, you know, they're still having some success. To me, I think that's a testament to Andrew Berry being willing to still find talent, bring guys in. He brought Kareem Hunt in off the street when Nick Chubb went down. You bring Flacco in, and you've had some success with those dudes. But, you know, shout out to Kevin Stefanski. You've started 4 different quarterbacks this year.
That's right.
And you won games with all 4. And with all the different injuries you have, me and you had a conversation this morning, this crazy injury combination of, you know, you got your starting left tackle, your starting right tackle, your starting running back, and your starting quarterback all on injury reserve.
Right. Nobody else has that situation.
Yeah.
The Jets were close, but the Jets have, 5 wins?
Yeah, I know we said the Giants was the Giants.
The Giants were the team that's close, not the Jets. Yeah, the Giants, and they have 5 wins, I think, or 6. They have 5 or 6. I don't know. And in a top to bottom, although the Niners and Cowboys are probably the 2 best teams in football right now, the NFC is top to bottom worse than the AFC. So it's a crazy season. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I mean, the Browns really, it's so much fun because they shouldn't be this good with all they've been through.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, however the season ends up here, if they completely shit the bed the last 4 weeks and don't make the playoffs, that'll be a big disappointment.
I just don't see it.
Hey, listen, I don't see it either. But again, what have we learned? You can't predict anything.
Hey, speaking of things that we can't see and can't predict, hey, Jason, you want to come talk about Kareem Hunt a little bit?
Let's get in here.
Come on,
guys, sub in.
All right, we subbing out, man. We got Tyvis Powell coming
We brought
up.
everybody in. Let's get Tyvis and Jason in here.
Yeah.
All right. This is a high-level transition going on right now. All right, Jason.
Let's give Creative Juice a shout out.
Shout out. Where's Creative Juice? That's Creative Juice. Guy's been tweeting me for 12 years. I've never seen him before. Oh, sweet. What do you mean? This is Jason? Oh.
Live on the stream.
What do you mean he got stickers for us?
Live on the stream.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Put it on your laptop. That is.
This is Pornhub, isn't it? This is the Pornhub logo.
What?
Where? What?
This is the Pornhub logo.
It is the Pornhub
Everybody,
logo.
every guy here knows it. Don't pretend because your girlfriend or your wife is around that you don't know it. Don't look at it. She looks like she's going to kill me, this woman. She looks like she wants to punch me in the face.
A Christmas Story leg.
Christmas Story leg, I like that.
I don't have the Pornhub one. That's good.
He said
I'm allowed in the house
Yeah,
tonight.
get Creative Juice.
I don't have to sleep on the couch.
Oh, he doesn't want to be on. All right. Nakatomi Plaza from Die Hard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
See that?
That's a Christmas movie, right? Are
There
we
you
in
go.
agreement?
Yes, we are.
No.
I fight with my kids all the time. It is
I
Die Hard
appreciate
is
that.
not a
Thank
Christmas
you.
movie.
Yes, it is.
Just because it's not a Christmas movie.
They say it is.
Die Hard is not a Christmas
They
movie.
say-
1,000% it is.
They say
No,
it is.
it has
It's on
nothing to
Christmas.
do with Christmas. But it has nothing to do with Christmas.
Eve.
Listen, I'm Jewish, so I'm the authority on Christmas. And I say it's not a Christmas movie.
Is Home Alone a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Well, it's the same thing.
No.
That is kind of the same thing.
No, it's all about Christmas.
That's on Christmas Eve.
A big Kahuna burger. I like that. Where's Creative Juice?
A big kahuna.
You know-
Look at
You know what
that,
movie
boy.
that's from?
That's a Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Come on
Good job
now.
out of you,
Oh,
Tyvis.
yeah.
I know
Big
my
Kahuna
history.
burger. I got to put it. Which camera do I put in front? Oh, I'm pointing here like there's a camera over here. There is no
You're used
camera
to
over
the
here.
studio.
Here,
Radio
here.
guy.
There you go.
Radio guy.
What movie's this from? McDowell's? You know what that's from?
That's Coming to America.
Very good. Now, here's the thing. Speaking of Coming to America,
tonight.
has anybody here seen the preview for the new Beverly Hills Cop movie? Raise your hand if you've seen it.
No, I haven't.
Nobody seen it.
No.
Eddie Murphy in the 80s into the 90s was the funniest guy.
Number one.
He was the best. And Eddie Murphy has not been funny now for 20 years.
Because he's rich. You don't have to be.
Well, Chris
he had-
Rock is rich.
he
He's
had
still
a-
funny.
But
he
not
had
for a while. He went away until he got hit. Now he's back.
Eddie had an incident with ladies giving
that's
rides
right.
in the car, and it kind of went downhill after that.
He made all these great movies, and now everything he makes is crap. He made a sequel, Coming to America Part 2. That was terrible, right?
Yeah, he should have
Who
let.
saw Coming to America Part 2? Anybody see that?
He should have let that.
Nobody
just
saw
be
it because it
what
was crapola, right?
Cash and checks.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't good.
There's some things that you shouldn't touch, and he shouldn't have touched that. He should have let
Make
that
Eddie Murphy funny again.
He did SNL, and it was pretty funny.
He's too stiff now. He used to be the most
Well,
vulgar.
listen, the thing about comedy is you can't really do what you did back in the day.
Why
It's
not?
It's a lot of sensitive people out there.
Who cares about
It's a
those
lot of-
people?
it's a lot
I'm
of-
sensitive,
you-
but I don't care.
You got to be politically correct.
No,
nowadays.
you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
The
I was
only
a
person
comedian.
that can get away with it is Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
That's it.
Everybody can get away with it. Come on now.
Okay.
It's comedy. If you can't take it, get the F out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I agree with you,
yeah.
but it's a new day and age in comedy. I hate to say it.
Guys, we excited about the Cavs game tonight?
You know,
What do we think? Do they have any chance of winning in Boston? They're a 9-point dog.
Well, they were 10.5 the other night. So
Okay, so what's happened?
got a better chance.
What's
tonight.
happened that's moving? They're the biggest underdog on the board tonight.
is Evan Mobley playing?
I haven't seen. Actually, I don't know. Is he
You
playing?
can't keep up with the NBA. Every night I expect guys not to play.
Well, if Evan Mobley plays, I'll give him a better chance because I like him to match up on Kristaps Porzingis. I just don't like Jared Allen coming out of the paint. You know, he just seems like he's uncomfortable there, and it allows a lot of back doors. But if it's Evan Mobley out of the paint, you know, one-on-one, you know, these guys can still slide their feet. He's comfortable with being out on the perimeter. So I think that helps. But they got to find a way to box Jayson Tatum out because he had like 12 or 13 rebounds last game. And he went for did he go for 30?
Well, Boston didn't shoot it well at all.
I know, and Kristaps went like 0 for 6.
And you
or something
knew
like
that wasn't going to last. They're too good of a team to stay that cold. So they got hot, and you saw what happened. Are they going to win tonight? Probably not.
Don't do that.
Probably not.
You know what?
They got a chance.
It's a meaningless game, so this is one that they could win. It's hard to win in Boston, but
okay.
I
They've
think
been
they
there
could
for
do
3
it.
days now because they played there the other night. And then
No,
they were
they
off.
didn't.
Yeah.
It was home last.
No, it was there.
No, it's
They've been
back-to-back home games. Jason's right.
Yeah, they were
or
there.
home games
Wait
for
a
Boston.
minute.
They were
So
there.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, they were
That
in
was
Boston.
not in here.
No.
That was in Boston.
Oh,
It
you
was- they
living
were-
under a rock?
They were at Boston Tuesday.
Clearly these highlights show Boston. Wow.
But that's what I said they should do more often is put these games back to back to cut down on travel because you go to one city, you stay there 3 days, you play both games, and you get out. And it really cuts down on the trips. Now, the pushback from the teams is it's harder to sell that second game in ticket sales. It's not as good of a crowd because they were just in town. I don't know how accurate that is. But I think they should do that more often.
Doesn't that really depend on the team you're playing?
Sure.
I mean, if you're playing LeBron 2 days in a row,
It'll
people are
sell
coming.
out both times.
Yeah, right.
If you play the Pistons, ain't neither one of them selling out.
Now, speaking of the Pistons, they've lost, 21 in a row?
21.
Yep. The record all-time within a season is the Cavs with 26, and then the Sixers 2 years later also lost 26 in a row.
I thought somebody broke that.
No, somebody broke it over 2 seasons, I think. I'm pretty sure the record is still 20.
Are you saying that they're going to break the 26?
Whether we think the Pistons are going to break this record?
Let me see.
Didn't they start 2-1?
Yeah, they did.
I think they started 2-1 before they
on their upcoming
I'm
schedule.
about to say I got to look their schedule.
So
up.
that
Give me
was
a
my
second.
first year on the Cavs beat. That
was
10-11,
10-11, right?
10-11.
Yeah.
That was my first year. The
All
thing
right.
about the 26 game, they lost 10 in a row prior to that, and then they beat. You can look this up. They lost 10 straight, and they beat the Knicks in double overtime. And I took that night off.
Okay.
I had like a family party or something, and then they lost 20. I covered 36 straight losses.
I
say all the time, it's like digging up a
Oh my
body
God, it's half
and
the
then
season.
burying it again.
That's
I got
half the
36 in a
I
row.
got it. You want to hear the upcoming
Yeah,
games?
yeah,
The
yeah.
Pistons tomorrow play the 76ers.
L.
But who are you going to give them a win against?
Okay, after that,
Yeah.
they play the Milwaukee Bucks.
L.
Okay, this is where they can get it. They play the Hawks
Home or away?
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. All right, then what?
Then the Jazz in Detroit.
If that's Utah's last game on the trip, they might be able to steal one.
Yeah.
And then they play the Nets in Brooklyn. And then they play the Nets in Detroit, right?
We got a shot.
I wonder if players. I don't know if you've ever asked a player this because I don't know where this would even come up. But I wonder if the team, you don't want to be the team that that ends their losing streak, do you?
Oh, Baron Davis, when the Cavs, I was actually just talking to AJ about this today, my son. When they finally ended the streak at 26 in a row, that was back in the day when the Cavs would drop confetti for every win. So, true story. They lost 26 in a row, and then they beat the Clippers, and Baron Davis, fouled out or something because he wanted off. He didn't want to be there for the celebration. He, walked off. And then, 2 weeks later, he was traded here. But he walked off. He didn't want to see it. He wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It was a sellout. This team lost 26 in a row.
My God.
The place was rocking. They win the game, and they drop this musty, crusty confetti that had been in the rafters for weeks. And, what are we doing here?
That's
they lost
sad.
26 in a row, and we're
So
dropping
we drop confetti for that, and then we have a parade for
what's
0-16.
worse?
What is going on, man?
What is worse, the 0-16 parade or the confetti for?
Finally, thankfully, they got
confetti.
They got rid of dropping the confetti after every win.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they took enough beatings over that of how awful that is. They don't do that anymore.
All right. We got a bunch of people here. We're here at the Rock. I keep wanting to call it the Q. Do you always say the Q?
Still a little bit. Yeah.
No, he calls it the one that sounds like a disease.
Oh, Gundarina.
Oh, gun.
You need a shot to come in.
Yeah. The Lake
An antibiotic shot. You'll be fine.
I was about to call them the Lake Erie Monsters, which they're not the Lake Erie Monsters anymore. They're now the Cleveland Monsters. They're playing as we speak. The Cavs are going to get started in, about 15 minutes. And so, we're going to be here throughout the whole game. There's a lot of people here at the
Place is packed.
It is
at the
packed.
sports book, and it's bonkers in here.
If you're
This is great
downtown, come
atmosphere.
by. Stop by. You don't need a ticket to get in. You come in through the sports book
Cavs
entrance. Cavs Ahmad is here. You don't need a ticket to get in the Caesars entrance. Just come right on in.
Yeah.
Come say hello.
Yeah.
Everybody's eating, watching games.
I'm starving.
I am too.
Hi.
I'm too.
I'm starving, actually.
Mike, do any of the fans have questions that are here? Yeah, all right. We'll see if anybody has any questions. All right, I got...
Would you like to play for $75,000?
play what for $75,000?
Football.
Oh, that's the bonus. He still gets the
He's getting way more
prorated.
than that.
Well, I got a question.
He gets the prorated league minimum.
Oh, we got a question. Go ahead.
Nice.
It's from Butters.
Butters. What's up, Butters?
everybody?
Hey,
So, big if,
big if.
the Browns were able to make it to the postseason,
Yeah.
Ain't
which
that big of an
team
if.
would you like to see them face as the division leader? Who do you think they had the best chance
Yeah, I mean,
against?
it literally
Jacksonville.
It literally could be any team right now because everything is so bunched up.
Right.
And Jacksonville feels like the answer because they just beat them.
Right.
All right, let's think about who is most likely.
I want no part of Miami.
Really?
Yeah.
They
I don't
haven't
want-
beaten a good team
I
all
don't
year.
care. They're so fast on offense.
If you think about just last year's game, when they played them last year,
That was a different team.
but they was like, whoa. They was like, what is that? Like Miami has that shot, that factor when you play them. Like you'll see it on tape, but it doesn't do it no justice until you see it in real life.
Well, then
You
why
like,
can't they beat a good team?
If it's in Miami, I don't want to play Miami in Miami. It's not going to be in Cleveland. If it were in
Yeah, it
Cleveland,
wouldn't
it'd be a
be.
different story.
But why can't Miami beat a good team if they're so dangerous? They
Well,
haven't beat a single good team all year.
I want to go back and look at their schedule and see who they lost to.
I need. Let me hold
maybe
on.
I
Hold on
just
one
have
second, Mike.
maybe I have PTSD from that Denver game. But you hang 70 on an NFL team, and Denver ain't that bad. Like Denver ain't as bad as we thought they
To
were.
me, that's an anomaly.
I don't
That was
care.
a long time ago.
Let's see. The teams that they lost to were the Chiefs, the
Titus, let me
Eagles,
ask y'all this.
the
Let me ask y'all this.
Bills.
Those are pretty good losses.
Hold on, we're discussing.
Well, this is related to that.
Go ahead.
All right.
Would you rather have the 2 seed at home game but have to play Buffalo, or
No.
go on the road to play Jacksonville in the 5-4?
Definitely
On the road,
rather play
Definitely
Jacksonville.
just that's not
I was
even
talking
close.
earlier.
It's
I
not
want
even
no
close.
part of Buffalo. No part of Buffalo.
Not even close.
Even though it's a home game.
Doesn't
Nope.
matter.
So
I'm
you'd
good.
rather play? Would you rather play Baltimore, Kansas City, or Miami?
Baltimore. I'd
Kansas
rather play
City.
Baltimore. They could beat Baltimore.
Kansas City.
You're so confident.
Kansas
I know
City.
they're not playing well, but Patrick Mahomes has a pretty good track record
But
in
I
the
think
playoffs.
that it'll be some wanting to have some get back because they should have beat them in 2020.
I think the Chiefs are bored.
Shoulda, coulda.
I think the Chiefs are bored. I think they'll be just fine
yeah,
in January.
They got what you mean? They suffer from the same thing the Browns got, the drops.
Yeah.
well, that's That's a different story.
I think we're all in agreement that in the end, you'd rather play Jacksonville more than any other team. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right, Butters, the answer is Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the answer. We've come to that agreement. Any other questions? Everybody else is like panic.
Jason,
watching
we got a couple people. Evan, you got a question? They're going to come up with questions. Do you know Larry Nance Sr.?
Yeah.
He's here. Should we try to get him over here?
Yeah, he'll come on.
Tyvis.
What makes you think?
Oh, there's Larry Nance Sr. talking to Amada. You want to see if we grab him real quick?
Let me slide out.
Larry Nance comes over. Tyvis, you're getting the boot.
Yep, that's cool.
You're getting the boot.
Cool.
So,
do you know him well?
I mean, we're not Christmas card exchange list, but I think we know each other.
Where is he from originally?
Would you say that you're loved? Would you say that you're loved or hated by athletes?
Neither. I mean, there's some that hate me. Oh my God!
I would say Jayson is most importantly respected by most of the athletes and coaches.
Jeremy Pargo hated me.
Why?
Yeah, but who cares about him?
I don't. The Cavs backup point guard.
Have really
oh my
wrote something
God, he hated me. Every time I came around, Darren Williams, he didn't like me. But
I never had a reporter that I hated.
Yeah, but you're a nice guy.
Yeah. Listen,
you're the type of guy the reporters love to go to.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because you got good personality.
What I would say is, if somebody wrote a bad article about me and it was the truth,
one of those is mine. I don't know which one it is.
Too many people can't handle that though, even if it's true.
Well, listen, the thing is, no article you write is going to be harder on me than I am
than you on yourself.
So it's like,
yeah,
I don't see why you would care.
What was a bad article ever written about you? You personally. Nothing's ever written bad about you.
Yeah, come on.
I don't read.
Well, somebody said you had bad hips.
Oh yeah, he lied.
Who was that said you had bad hips?
Was it our guy?
No. What's the NFL draft?
It was our guy.
Dane Brugler.
Yeah.
Brugler.
Yeah.
Shame on. That's a bad job out of him.
Well,
and then I go on to play corner in the NFL with bad hips.
You should confront him on that.
It's a bad job out of him.
Meanwhile, the Guardians are having quite the offseason so far, Jason.
They are?
No, they've done nothing.
What do you mean?
They've signed
they got
Ben Lively and Austin Hedges.
World Series champion Austin Hedges.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
That's true. He is a world champion.
What if Austin comes back and lights it up at catcher?
That ain't happening.
But I'm just saying, what if?
It's not a bad role for him behind Bo as a mentor to Bo. He's a terrific clubhouse guy. They love him in the clubhouse. He was sort of the spark in there. So
him and what's the dude that plays center field for Miles Straw?
Thank you.
Well, between Miles Straw, Laureano, and Austin Hedges, they're spending about $15 million on those.
Oh my God,
that's.
I played the wrong sport. They just giving money away.
$4 million to not hit a ball, not hit a fastball. $4 million for Austin Hedges.
Well, I probably would have made a lot of contact. I'm a contact. I'm not a power hitter, but
you're a doubles guy.
Yeah.
Did you even play in high school? I can't remember.
I played varsity as a sophomore.
Oh, really? What position did you play?
I was an outfielder. Why you say it like that?
I just didn't remember. I thought I would have remembered.
Do you know that I actually I enjoy baseball? Like I can sit down and watch baseball. I like playing baseball.
Yeah. Good. That's cool.
I just stopped playing. The reason I stopped is because my coach. I had to run track to get faster for football.
Oh, yeah.
So you couldn't do both.
How much faster did the track make you?
Oh, it was night and day.
Really?
Yeah, it really did. Because I worked on my form and I was working out at the same time. It's a huge difference. Huge difference.
What was your 40 time?
Before I ran track, I ran a 4.6. After I started running track and I started training for 40, I ran that 4.46.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Do we got any questions from the chat right now?
The chat.
How many people are watching right now? They have not used to us being on. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. Hey, if you're anywhere near The Rock, we are in the sports book right now. It is Behind the Glass. Right now it's Jason, Tyvis, and me. We're gonna who wants to come in? You want to come in?
I'll jump out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go out soon, but Jason's gonna go out for now.
You're willingly giving up your spot.
Yeah, we'll bring Mike in. We have one guy here who's got a Kool-Aid Mafia sweatshirt. Where the hell is G. Bush?
I was just about to say that. Where is Garrett?
Yeah, G. Bush is missing in action. Has anybody heard from him?
No, he's getting paid, so he better show up.
This is not completely out of character for G. Bush.
No, this is actually too real for G.
Yeah.
Bush. This is the real G. Bush. And what's funny is we made G stay after the show today to send me a headline, to send me the answers to the segments for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
I said, G, are you good, sir? Are you good? Do you need me to pick you up? He goes, Luke, I got you. And now it is 7:32. Ain't no sign of the biggest man in Cleveland.
Out? You think he passed out? Like he's
the most prone to pass out. Yeah,
he doesn't sleep, and then I think he just passes out sometimes.
You know what?
But I would think Rosie would wake him up.
I feel
she's usually on top of his schedule.
She's good.
The crazy thing is,
and I'm worried about him. Now, what if he's dead on the side of the road right now?
No.
Should we call him live on air?
Yeah,
let's call him live on air.
I felt bad.
He never answers his phone though.
Because that's
why I don't feel bad calling him.
I was like 3 minutes late, and I felt bad about it.
Yeah, well, that was fine because we weren't starting on anyway.
But G has made me feel really good about myself.
We need an APB out on G. Bush. Has anybody seen him?
Garrett.
Also, I just got a text from Steve. We can't. Oh, they're introducing Larry Nance Sr. right now.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we try to talk to him? We didn't want to do it.
He said after. He said after.
Okay, cool.
Also, we can't see super chats, so we appreciate anyone who sends. Oh, maybe Anthony will be able to pull up super chats. That is working TBD. But at the moment, we don't know. We can't see the chat. We don't know anything in super chat. So we apologize for that. Steve Becker, who's watching, shout out to EP Steve. I think we do need a projector speaker for next time we do a remote show. That's the one thing
that's
missing.
what we should do.
I think we nailed everything else. The shot that looks good.
We're new to remotes. I should have known that as a veteran of doing remote broadcasts.
They sell food here, right? Because I think I'm about to.
Did you see it? Look at the bar. Everyone's eating.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So we'll have to do that. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I do have a super chat question here from Slim Shaney. Bull, your evil twin with the mustache. He said that he wasn't going to be watching the Cavs until the postseason. Do you still agree with that, Bull?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have not really watched the Cavs.
You're gonna watch tonight, though. Hypocrite.
Well, tonight I'm gonna watch.
Hypocrite.
I got no choice because we're here.
Hypocrite.
I did technically say I would not watch them if they didn't make any additions.
That's what you said.
And they did make additions.
That's what he said. So
that would. By the way, it would not make me a hypocrite. It would make me a liar.
That's worse.
I'm about to say, which one would you rather be?
We just penned the new nickname, Adam the Liar.
Yeah, no.
I called you Adam the Run Stuffer this week.
No,
now you're Adam the Liar.
Yeah.
He said it like that made it better.
Chad here is saying that Bull's actually not allowed to watch. So, Bull, I guess when you sub out, you just can go home. You're good.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll just put blinders on so I can't. I'll only watch the TVs that don't have the Cavs.
We're gonna let Earl hop in here in a sec.
Yeah.
And Bull, when you step out, that means you can go watch some hockey. The Monsters are playing.
That's not the Monsters. That's the Blue Jackets and the Maple Leafs.
I just said the Monsters are playing. I pointed towards hockey.
Where is the Monsters? Is the Monsters game on any of the TVs?
Is where Adam Fantilli at?
Yeah, I don't see the I don't see the Monsters on TV.
All right,
anyway.
I'm getting out of here.
All right, Earl, let's tap Earl in.
Goodrow and Adam Fantilli. Patrick Line.
That was Adam the Liar joining us live here. We appreciate Adam the Liar for all his contributions. Okay, that's Adam the Truth Teller for the next 8 minutes before the Cavs tip off, and then he becomes Adam the Liar in real time. Tyvis, is this your first non-UCSS show for us?
My first
like UCSS product, but not the 11-1 set.
No, I did G. Bush's barbershop.
There you go. He's on the barbershop. He's on the barbershop.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Versatile.
Oh, Miss Nuggets just showed up.
She did.
And I think she's getting mad about the story I told earlier. Hi, Miss Nuggets.
What story did you tell?
Yeah, I may have. I already told you. Go back and watch at the beginning. Yeah, I had a slip up. I'll
tell you off the camera.
I had a slip up.
What's wrong with him?
No, we're all good. I just maybe.
What's wrong with you?
The boy tripping.
I made a mistake.
He tripping.
We're not
You
perfect.
ain't heard the end of it yet.
We're not perfect. We're not perfect. We're not perfect humans. I never pretended to be perfect.
She's still mad at him.
I'm just a regular guy who has a lot of responsibilities.
You know the internet is like forever, right?
I already told the story. It's not like I'm hiding. I just don't want to tell it again.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you not think like when I say this, like there's no coming back, like this?
Oh, well, she knows she was coming. This is all done beforehand. But all right, Earl, we are about 5 minutes here from tip off.
Yeah, man.
Cavs Celtics. Boston hasn't lost at home. The Cavs made 19 threes on Tuesday and still lost. That's hard to do. And how you feeling for tonight?
Honestly, man,
Oh, here we go.
I need to see Jared Allen kind of like get on track.
Mobley's not playing either, so
Yeah, I mean, I know Mobley's not playing. That's still no excuse, man. I need my big man to kind of like, step up and do some more. I like the way Darius Garland has been playing lately.
he's been playing better.
But this is what I don't like though. Like, okay, so okay, yeah, you got to check Kristaps Porzingis, right?
Right.
But on defense, he got to check you, and that's not his territory either. So
Ty,
you should be drop stepping.
You should be taking
something.
advantage of
Like if you gonna play it as a big man and be a vital role on this team, can we get some post moves? If you ain't gonna be a shooter, can we get something in the paint?
Yeah.
But I'm a sub on out.
and we're going to sub-tie in. We're going from a national championship to the #1 in-house arena MC in the entire NBA. It is Earl's guy. It is my new
man,
friend.
Ahmad
It's
Crumb.
Ahmad
What's
Crumb
up,
in the
baby?
house.
Oh man.
Ahmad, how you doing? Thanks for joining the Behind the Glass crossover show. This ain't just a Behind the Glass UCSS crossover. This is now Behind the Glass and the
for sure.
official Cavs crossover. Ahmad, this is a little watch party for the Cavs.
Yes.
We're here at Caesars, packed house. I mean, this is about as good a turnout as you could hope for
Oh,
for a
man,
situation like this.
I mean, early in the season, a regular season game, in-season tournament is over with, and it's time to get back to some basketball. And Celtic, they played them. The Cavs played them pretty well last game. Just that experience. That Jayson Tatum, he's a monster out there. So I'm pretty sure Coach JB made some adjustments, and we're gonna let the chips fall where they may for the night.
So, Ahmad, man, how did you get into all this, man? The announcing, you do your thing on Z107.9.
Yeah.
Like my man is out here booked and busy.
I didn't know how expensive kids was. For me, it was a right place, right time type of deal. I used to host, talent shows and Greek step shows in college and things like that. So when I got out of college, I started working for a law firm, thinking I wanted to be a lawyer. And when I found out you had to go to school for another 5 years to get a law, I was like, nah, I need to find something that makes me happy.
Yeah.
So it was basketball. I loved basketball my whole entire life. And Sir Cece is over here.
Uh-oh, Sir Cece.
Come on over here, Sir
Right
Cece.
now. Sir Cece.
Come on over here, Sir
Yeah.
Cece.
Just watch
here.
the wires. That's all we ask. Just watch the wires, Sir Cece. Hey, where are you gonna find a better trio than McNuggets, Earl, Ahmad, and Sir Cece in one place? That is a UCSS crossover exclusive.
Oh my God! Yes, that's pretty much what it. Get a chance to work with guys like him. So I started on the scream team. I used to be I
didn't know that.
Well, but back then it was dance and it was more hype squad. I was more of a hype guy. Yeah. And then when Dan Gilbert bought the team, he wanted new hosts, new everything. I tried out, and I made it. And then they told me to quit the law firm and work here full time. And I said, I don't know if you're a big fan of Martin, but I'm like, associate producer, buffing floors. So and that's what it was. I got a chance to work here full time, and it was just about the games. But then when I found out I had an opportunity to make an impact in the community, I'm like, wow, this is absolutely great.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask, and I know we're going a little off topic here, but
Yeah.
the in-season tournament courts were something.
Yeah.
As a in-arena MC host, did you feel like you had to bring your playoff voice to the in-season tournament games, or was it just another Tuesday night and another Friday night for you? Because the Cavs didn't make the Vegas round.
Well, I felt that I had to bring my playoff voice for the in-season tournament because, just as a team member, I wanted to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to Vegas.
I feel that.
I would go to Vegas and, hopefully and get a championship with the team. But, it was just the atmosphere. It felt a little different. The vibe, it felt a little different, although it was a regular season game, but it really wasn't, though. It's just, and all the teams that actually played in it, they actually played, what kills me about it is that, LeBron, Lakers, they won the tournament.
Right.
But there's a lot of fans that are discrediting the championship or whatever because LeBron won it. LeBron won it. It had somebody else won it, but the thing, everybody was competing very hard for this.
Yeah.
Indiana, they competed hard. Milwaukee competed hard. So this thing, I was confused about it at first, but when I started to understand it and the point differential and all that, I thought it turned out pretty fun. It made it actually competitive.
I mean, Adam Silver seemed like he don't miss, right?
Right.
I just feel like the evolution of the NBA like it just continues to grow. They continue to think outside the box.
Absolutely.
They continue to do things to improve the product on the court. You know, like with the NFL, for example, you gotta wait 5 years before you can change your jersey.
Exactly.
You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like just how they have fun and how they galvanize the younger generation and bring them in. Like, man, you can't be more amazed at it. I'm glad LeBron won it, right? It's something that LeBron can add to his resume that Jordan can't.
Exactly.
People don't want to hear that.
Right. They don't want to hear it.
You know,
they don't want to hear it.
And think about it. When we dead and gone in the next 60 and 70 years, and they talking about the NBA in-season tournament,
they won't be able to say it.
They won't be able to say anything
won't be able
about
to say
it.
it.
So
exactly.
It's one of those things, man. You know, I wish we could have won it, but hey, it is what it is. Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
When you got those home games and things ain't going well for our Cavaliers, right? Say we getting blown out, we down 15, 20 points, and you doing your thing. How do you go about kind of getting the fans into it again, or keeping them in tune to the game when we just kind of like get our ass kicked sometimes?
You know, I totally get it too. And sometimes we just got to go in our bag of tricks because, you know, sometimes at our games, we don't have the hardcore basketball fans from time to time. Sometimes we just get somebody who wants a T-shirt, who wants to get a high five from one of the mascots or myself, or they want to see a cool video, or you know. So we got all types of tricks that we have to go off to. But at the end of the day, the fans, they want to see a victory. So you know, if sometimes I can just feel that when the team they got a comeback in them. I actually feel that energy. And there has been times that they've been down by 15, they've been down by 20 or whatnot. And, you know, I'll do one loud rah-rah moment to get the crowd into it. And the Cavs have spoke on it. That momentum that the fans give them, it means everything. And the fans, I don't know if the fans know how important that they are to the team.
100%.
Yeah.
I think they know, you know, like he's an adapted Clevelander. You know,
okay.
I done bought him
Moved here last year.
Where
are you from? I'm from Jersey, but I was working in Texas before.
Okay, all right.
He loves it here now. You know, and I tell people all the time, like, there is no other sports town like the city of Cleveland.
Oh, man.
The fans is so important. The fans bring so much energy to all three major sports franchises here. And, like, you know, when we're having success, there is no other feeling like what goes on here, man. And, like, you know, I kid you not. Like, bro, you're one of my favorites.
I appreciate that.
You are really one of my favorites, man. I really admire your work.
I appreciate it.
I love the energy.
Yeah.
Like, just how you bring these dudes out, man.
Oh,
like,
man.
We used to bring LeBron out, you know what I'm saying, from St. Vincent, St. Mary High School.
I mean, just born and raised here in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I never thought I would get a chance to do this on my hometown team. I mean, the Cavs, they put me through tears as a kid. You know, I mean, Michael Jordan, the shot one. Michael Jordan, the shot two. You know, the Browns. You know, John Elway. Just, you know, hurting our feelings back in the day. You know, I'm just blessed to be able to do what I do.
I can remember my first ever Cavs game. We was playing the Milwaukee Bucks, and this is when Ray Allen, and Glenn Robinson,
Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Like I was a huge Bobby Fields fan.
Yeah,
when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that was my dude.
Number 14.
Yeah.
Shout out Alpha Phi Alpha.
Yeah, Bobby Fields used to get busy, man. Terrell Brandon used to get busy.
Yeah,
like when like what's your favorite go crazy moment?
My favorite go crazy moment.
Yeah, like mine, for example, was like just to give you an example, Isaac Okoro dunk from last year.
Yeah,
you know
that can't be your all-time favorite.
Yeah, all time. Just give him an example.
Okay, yeah.
That's just an example.
Like the chase down block, but I know that was in Golden State. But something like that.
Like, what's your favorite go crazy moment?
So I would have to say, and it's so many of them, but one of my top favorite ones was June 2nd, 2007, Game 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Boobie Gibson.
Oh my God.
3 after 3
My
after
guy.
3 after 3 against the Detroit Pistons. And you hear the great late Joe Tate says, there has been a booby trap. You know, a booby trap, whatever. I mean, and the place just went unbelievable. And watching LeBron and Boobie doing the whole, you know, high five thing, I mean, that's a moment I never ever. That was our first Eastern Conference championship ever in the city. So, you know, I never forget that moment.
In a year that we wasn't even supposed to be there.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Scott Pollard, David Wesley.
That team should have been where it got to. For sure.
With Drew Gooden.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
We know you're a busy man of mine, so we'll get you out on this. And I think we're going to bring in Larry Nance Sr.
Mr.
after.
Nance, that's my guy.
What's your all-time favorite entrance call that you have made? Like, is there one player, one from St. Vincent, St. Mary's, or any of those that stands out as your favorite throughout your career?
I gotta say St. Vincent, St.
I
Mary's.
figured it had to be that.
That right there, even when the Lakers came back here a couple weeks ago, and we
still gives you chills.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he loves it every time.
Yeah.
He acknowledges it. He gives me grip every time he hears it. I got a chance when All-Star Game was here. I got a chance to do it.
Had to be,
and and watching him scream when he did it for All-Star and grip me up afterwards. Yeah, man.
People don't know it, man. He really love it here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, and when he comes back here, you can see his body language. You can see his energy.
Ain't no hard feelings,
man. He's home.
Well, that is.
He's telling me to smile. Okay.
That is the Ahmad Crump. We appreciate you, Ahmad.
Appreciate y'all.
Pleasure
Keep
to
on
meet
doing
you.
what y'all do.
Thank you.
Absolutely, for sure.
We're going to pass the headset from Ahmad
Yes,
to
indeed.
Mr. Larry Nance Sr. We're going from one All-Star guest to another. A Cavs legend. His jersey hangs in the rafters.
Hey, while he's getting ready, I'm gonna cover my bases. Make sure you subscribe to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, man.
Sit down.
Hit that
Mr.
like
Nance,
button,
appreciate
man.
y'all.
We thank everybody that's tuned in
Beautiful,
now.
beautiful.
We got the GOAT.
We got the GOAT.
Mr.
He's got 2 minutes. He gave us quick. 2 minutes. He's a busy man.
Mr. Larry Nance, man. It's a pleasure, man.
How are you?
How are you?
How are you?
Blessed,
Good.
man. It's an honor to be here. Go ahead. First question.
Coming back to the arena that your jersey hangs in the rafters. Do you still get chills when you walk back there knowing all the amazing moments you had within? I know it wasn't this necessarily arena, but for this franchise, it still give you goosebumps coming back here.
Absolutely, all the time. I came here kicking and screaming because I didn't want to be here because I got traded from Phoenix, and it was snowing like crazy. But we still live here. We done raised our kids here. Larry Jr. want to live here, so it's just a wonderful place, man. We got the best fans in the world, and I really love the people here. So yeah, we still here.
What you think about the Cleveland Cavaliers this year? It's been a slow start, man, but I think they can get things turned around. How far can they take it this year?
Well, it's what people got to have patience, and you got to get everybody healthy and give JB time to work with a team when he has everybody. And then all of a sudden they'll come around and be the team you think they should be. Things didn't go the way they wanted to go last year, and these guys are hungry. They'll be ready, but you just can't. Got to be patient because this team they have a lot of great players, and I think they're really going to do well.
Yeah.
What's it like being able to watch your two sons progress through their basketball journey, knowing that they're not here just because you're their father, but they're damn good basketball players in their own right?
They are. It's so much fun watching them. It's more fun watching them than I ever had playing.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and I have butterflies in my stomach for them, and when they don't have a great game or they're sad about something, I think it affects me 10 times worse. But, it's a lot of fun. Larry Jr. has made a nice career for himself, and Pete's on the charge, and he's improving all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So soon he'll hopefully be coming up, and I'm proud of both of them.
Who's the best dunker in the family between you three? At the peak of their powers, who is the best dunker?
Well, Larry claimed he is, but
Come on. You see the space when you ask.
I had to ask a question.
you got to ask a dumb question like that.
I had to ask.
Larry claimed he is, but ask Larry to show you his slam dunk trophy. Yeah.
My
What?
God.
He don't have one.
My God.
I just want to hear this.
Hey, but wait a minute now. Pete can jump better than he knows. Pete's just learning how well he can jump, though.
Oh, really?
Okay.
So yeah, he's done some stuff that really shocked me. So we gotta stay tuned here because I think Pete is coming.
What's your most memorable dunk of your career?
Probably Kareem. No. Probably Manute because our coach told us don't shoot the ball near Manute, and I was like, man, I've never not attacked anybody, so I had to dunk on Manute, and he was one of the greatest shot blockers they had. So I got him one time.
The fact that you can say, it's not Kareem. I had a better dunk than dunking.
Hey.
As someone who can never dunk in his life and play basketball at a D3 level, like if I could have dunked once, I would have cut my sister's leg off and sold it on the black market to dunk once. And you're out here picking between two Hall of Famers to dunk.
Kareem is my favorite player of all time because that's that beautiful sky hook he had. So
unstoppable.
I was always out to him because he was such a great player.
Yeah. I grew up. Michael Jordan was my favorite player. My dad used to always say, boy, if it ain't Kareem or Magic Johnson, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Dr. J is pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
We'll get you here out of this last question real quick, but it is 18-11 right now for the Cavs. 18-13 they just scored. Evan Mobley's not playing. Who do you think has to have a monster game tonight for the Cavs to end Boston's 11-0 home record?
Who do I think?
Yeah, who's going to have a monster game?
Darius.
Darius?
Darius.
Always the point guard?
He's one of my favorites. Yeah. If Mark Price was out there, I would pick him. But since Darius out there, I'm taking him.
Awesome. Well, that's Larry Nance Sr. Larry, we appreciate you stopping by the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Thanks so much, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Awesome.
Let's get Ant back over here.
Anthony, you want to hop back in? Tyvis, you want to hop back in?
Let's go.
Yeah, Tyvis, hop back in. I'm going to step out first. I got to do a little damage control with Miss Nuggets. So.
Oh, yeah. Handle that. So he's going to do damage control.
Here, I just watched here.
Yo, that was a great interview, man. We asked him who's the best dunker in the family. Well, Mike asked him. And he kind of looked like, boy, you crazy. You know who it is. You know who it is, man. Shout out to Larry Nance, man. Shout out to Abad Crump. What's up? Thoughts on the game so far?
Oh, man.
Listen, man.
I was talking to some fans. I'll be completely honest with you.
No, I looked. It was Kristaps was getting. You know how he went 0 for 6 to start the game off? That ain't the case. You know, DG trying to do his thing, but right now it's not clicking right now. I mean, it was 7-2, now it's 20-13, but it's a tale of 4 quarters. You know, you can't really just get off. They got to get their win and figure out what they want to do right now. I still think Jared Allen is probably just dump it down. You getting the one-on-ones because you surrounded with all shooters, so you getting one-on-one. He got to be able to do something like drop step, spin move. I know you ain't got no fade in him, but like bang down, you could probably get the foul call. So gotta figure that out. But at some point, Donovan Mitchell gonna have to step in and take this thing over like he usually do, and hopefully these guys get inspired.
When it comes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When it comes to Jared Allen, he made that comment after last season's playoff debacle. The lights were a little bit too bright.
Yeah,
he should
have never said that.
Yeah, he should have never said that. I agree. But do you think his confidence is just gone this season at all?
I don't think it. My problem with Jared Allen is he can't create for himself, and that's the problem. Like somebody has to create for him. The best thing he does is catch alley-oops. But it's like the only person that throws it to him is Darius. But Darius ain't the main ball handler because Donovan wants the ball. So it's like they've been playing together for 2 years? This is year 2, and they still really don't know each other like that, and that bothers me.
I guess my thing, I know he can't create for himself, but you're a big man. You're the closest dude to the basket. I feel like 10 and 10 at minimum. Should be every game.
I agree.
I need to know how many rebounds he's averaging.
I can't continue to look up there and see the box score at the end of the game.
Man, that man be having like
4 points and 6 rebounds and stuff like that. And it's like, if this was back in the day, man, don't let Shaq see that. He gonna tell you about yourself. I just feel like, man, that's my starting center, right? At minimum, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and that's without you being a dude that's able to create for himself.
And I'm not telling you to be the Joker because he's special, but listen, there is no Evan Mobley out there right now. There's no Tristan Thompson. You're the only one. If you don't get the rebound, who else is supposed to get it? That's literally your job.
He's got 2 points and 1 rebound now.
That's what I'm saying.
Game.
That's ridiculous.
And we got 5 minutes left in the first quarter?
That's ridiculous, man.
Oh, G's here, by the way.
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah, look who showed up. Look who showed up.
CPT.
Yeah. So this season so far, he is averaging 12.5 points and 8 rebounds. So he's not far off, actually, from a 10 and 10.
Man, miss me with that.
I mean,
why, we need it tonight.
Yeah.
Can we get that tonight?
Yeah. Be real. If there's going to be a game where Jared Allen shows up, do you think it's going to be at Boston?
No, because
with an 11-0 record.
The light's too bright over there.
Right over there.
I'll defend Jared Allen to a point, right? You want to like Pokemon? Like Pokemon. I got Pokemon tattoos. Enjoy your hobbies. Like Myles Garrett has them too, but you have to go out there and show up, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Like I can enjoy my hobbies, but when we have to be here and we got to do our stuff for the show, we show up.
That's true.
So it's like you can't be doing that and then being like, oh man, it's like these lights are too bright, guys. I gotta leave. I gotta go.
The thing with him is he shows you that he can do it. But he's not consistent, and it's when you need him to do it the most, that's when he's not doing it, and that's the problem.
How can that be corrected though? Like whose job is that? To kind of get this issue.
I would say that you got to get him going. All right, so I think you got to give DG the ball, let DG create, let him throw him the oop. Because I think if you get a couple of oops and you dunk that thing, like last game, he started the game off dunking on Kristaps.
Right.
And he was just silent for the rest of the game. you got to continue to get a guy like that involved because you know he can't create for himself, but he do finish well around the rim. So get him the ball, throw him the oops, or let him get the ball down there. Because I feel like when they come up the court, if he posts up, they're not giving him the ball. So we actually don't know if he got post moves or not, to be honest.
Well, I'm looking at the chart right here.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. So JB's got to get creative and get him involved, I think, is what you're trying to say here, Ty. But I mean, when their offense, I feel like, is that high pick and roll, how do you scheme that if he's the guy coming up every time, you know?
He the wrong person to be coming up because if he was a two-headed monster, meaning like if he was the set of pick and he had a jumper and he could go to the cup, the pick and roll would be way more effective because you don't know how to play him. If you sag off, I'm going to shoot the trade. If you try to play up high and hedge, I'm going to just blow past you.
Oh, we got a football to sign.
So
all of us?
I signed it.
Oh, you already signed it?
Yeah.
Oh, Earl.
So it's like he's not the right guy to be setting the picks with because he's not a two-way guy, which I kept saying he was a weak link, but it is.
How often have you done this? This is new for me and that.
I signed a T-shirt earlier and I almost passed out.
Just signing autographs, period, man.
There you go, Earl.
You see, I done threw my jersey
that's
number
cool.
in there. It's
right
so.
That's a blessing, man.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Let me take my headphone off.
Who's this for? My man.
Zay.
Jake?
Zay.
Thank you. We appreciate it. That's cool. I'm sorry, Tyvus. I interrupted you.
You good. I made my point.
Yeah?
The point is he ain't the right dude to be doing pick and rolls with. That's the end all be all.
And that's where we want Mobley to be. And if Mobley could be that two-headed
but he ain't consistent too.
I know. No. Like, I think the whole story right now of these Cavs is they're not consistent.
And I'm not saying listen, a talented big man nowadays is hard. You know, it ain't like I say, it's not like how it was back in the day where you just supposed to be in the paint. You got to be able to shoot and you got to be able to dominate the paint. And I just don't feel like neither one of our guys is consistent enough to do that. And I think is that a key piece? The interesting thing is that there is no team with a dominant center outside of Denver that's actually winning championships. Like Joel Embiid can't do it. Who else is it? Karl Anthony Towns doesn't do it. So it's like it's to me it's not something that you actually need to win it all, but it would be a nice luxury if you could pair him with a Donovan Mitchell or a Darius Garland. Like if them two could shoot and dunk, like it would be unstoppable.
Yeah, it would, man. It definitely would.
What is G doing over there? I think G's peddling something to
Out
sell.
here selling something.
Classic, honestly.
This man, listen.
I hope it's a bikini.
Can y'all? Hey, G, you ready to get on the show?
G, you want to come over here?
Let him in here. Real quick.
Okay, all right. Get G in here, Earl.
You up here?
You want me out?
You
or
out here? I don't like this.
Yo, I want to holler at G with Tyvus, then you come back and you take my spot because I gotta ask this man some questions.
This man got everything. He brought a whole brown paper bag full of stuff.
Let's go, my man.
Are you selling that?
You up?
Look at this. He got to get his stuff out. He look like one of them dudes when you go to New York and they got the stuff on the table. That's what he looked like, man.
Hey, get the man.
What is he doing?
You on? We're doing the show, my man.
What is going on? What type of special treat, man, he get?
Fellas.
Bro, listen, bro, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. We came far as a society. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we punctual nowadays.
You know, it was some stuff. I got profiled outside.
I got a super chat question real quick for Tyvus before you get G in here.
You got profile?
I got profile. That's like, you don't look like you belong here.
No, fam.
Maybe we'll wait on the question. You guys do your thing.
It's like, I said, I'm G Bush. They said, no. You got to go to the other door. I'm like,
they said, you don't look like no Gary.
Bro, you answer my phone call. I'm calling you. Like, what's going on?
You know, it's crazy. My phone started blowing up as I'm parking. And I'm like, man, look, I'm on my way down. I'm coming through. Oh, thank you. I got a water here. Hey, by the way, man, shout out. This is a beautiful setup down here.
So,
you know, we had to bring the barbershop swag. I had to make sure I had some. We got the wristbands, the VIP joints over there.
You selling it or you giving it away?
I'm giving it away. I'm a man of the people.
Okay.
I ain't gonna. If you come to see me at nighttime, I'm gonna hook you up. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing, man?
Oh man, we good, man. We talking about this here game.
Yeah,
we
what
interviewed a Mod Crump, man. We had Larry Nance Sr. Come over here. So like, yeah, we doing our thing.
Cavs down 7.
Cavs down 7.
You shot? We got the Cavs winning.
Larry
this
Nance
game?
said he said that Mike asked him, who do we think needs to have the biggest game with Evan Mobley not here, and he said it was Darius Garland.
Darius Garland seems to have lost some of the luster.
Don't do that.
No.
do that.
What I'm talking about is not like he's playing badly. It's just a simple fact that like a couple of years ago, you knew he had established himself as the go-to guy, right?
Yeah.
He was the guy that stirred the straw that stirred the drink, and now he's still kind of figuring it out with Donovan Mitchell to a point where it's like it's hard to be cohesive with two smaller guards and without coming off being your turn, my turn, right? It's hard to get that involved, and I think I think it's affected bigs a little bit too, because they don't get the same amount of looks as they once did. Jared Allen was really a guy that was getting high handoffs and lobs from Darius Garland.
That's what Tyvus was just talking about.
Look,
That's what Tyvus was just talking about.
he ain't been getting them.
So here's the real question then, right? Uncomfortable for the fans, but seriously, if you look at this roster, to me, I think it's talented. It's a whole bunch of talent on this team, but the chemistry is not there, right? The pieces, for whatever reason, it don't fit. Darius Garland, you love having him. You love having Donovan Mitchell. But, Matt, wouldn't you consider trading Darius Garland to get a piece that actually fits what the situation is a little bit better?
I'm not trading DG.
Who you trading, Spider?
I trade him before DG.
That's because you don't think he's going to stay.
Yeah, you right. Listen, listen. I'm not about to be the Angels, bro. I'm not about to just let.
that's true.
I'm not about to let a $700 million man just walk out when I could trade him and get a lot of pieces for him. So, if Donovan wants to go to New York and that's his dream and that's ultimately where he wants to be, then I'm gonna trade him and get some pieces for him for sure. I would take that trade package. But DG is a guy that I feel like he wants to be here. Listen, he hasn't really. It's not like Donovan's moved the needle that much. We went from a play-in team to a playoff team
that was out in the first round.
Exactly. So it's not like this trade has just been a success like that. I think that. Listen, I thought Darius does a great job of getting everybody involved. When Donovan gets the ball, it's a lot of standing around and looking. It kind of reminds me when Colin Sexton was here and he was the only guy. We would come up the court and everybody would just go to a spot and stand there and just watch. Like, that's kind of what it is. Like, look at that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that? He just shot that over a double team. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, it's no offense involved. At least with Darius, there's some swinging, there's some movement. He creates and he kicks the ball out for people. Like, it's just different stuff. And I would keep Darius and like I say, I would go ahead and give me some pieces with Donovan.
So the movable piece to you is Spider. Who's the movable piece? Just take the starting five all together. Who do you think the movable piece is?
Jared Allen.
He's not moving. Ain't nobody
trading
giving you a ham sandwich for him.
Jared Allen.
So here's why I say Jared Allen is a movable piece. He has a contract that's a little bit longer, right? Like a little bit expensive and pricey. But Jared Allen is a guy. If you're a team and a contender and you need a rim protector, or if you're a team that needs a big that don't need touches to be effective, that's the guy you're looking at.
So let me tell you why. Let me tell you his problem. What happens when he got to go against a guy like Kristaps Porzingis?
He got to step out on the perimeter.
Okay, and what happens? How does he look out there?
Uncomfortable.
He's not the most comfortable guy on the perimeter.
So in the finals, you going up against the Nuggets, and you got a guy who steps out and he plays both.
Let me give you. I'm thinking of him going to a contender, like he's going to a team that wants to compete with the Nuggets, right?
Who are you talking about? Just throw a team out there.
If you was in the Western Conference, Jared Allen would look good in Dallas. Jared Allen would good.
What we getting back though?
Jared Allen would look good in Sacramento.
What we getting back?
With Sabonis?
Nah, we didn't get no Sabonis back.
No, I'm saying they got Sabonis.
But here's the thing: they have him. Who do you have beside him? Who
cares? Sabonis getting you 20 rebounds.
He's a power forward. We talk about a depth piece that get you over the top. Like, last
Jared Allen to put Sacramento over the top.
It'll help them beat Golden State. Last year they lost in the first round.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so, G.
Listen,
I don't think so, G.
You looking at Jared Allen, and this is why I say sometimes people need to change the scenery. You're looking at Jared Allen through the lens of what he is to the Cavs on this roster as constituted. And you can't really play a dude like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley at the same time. That's not saying that you can't do that with other teams. He can find minutes, valuable minutes, if he's not next to a big that can't shoot.
You want to know? Time out. So what's the because Evan Mobley ain't played the last couple games. Bro had 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah. Why you think I'm trading him?
Wait a minute.
Why you think I'm trading
4
him?
points and like 6 rebounds.
So here's the thing. When Evan Mobley's not in the game, who's shooting?
Everybody.
No. When Evan Mobley ain't there, Karis LeVert getting shots.
Everybody but Jared Allen.
Everybody but Jared
They
Allen.
run 4 shooters.
Right. So here's the thing. You can't say he had 4 points when, as constituted, you expect that, right?
No.
You expect the guys that are going to shoot.
Listen, when you got 4 shooters around, that means the paint is yours. It's you and it's one-on-one.
He ain't got no one-on-one game like that.
That's the problem.
Look,
you know what? It's not fair. It's not fair to say that. You know why? Because I'm willing to say that Jared Allen's production went down when Donovan Mitchell got here. Because I feel like he was a really good. He was arguably the second best center behind Joel Embiid in the East 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's a fair argument.
So why is it that he can't get none of that production now?
So he just proved the point I said. Going back to that,
So that's why the movable piece is Spider. Like I said,
here's the thing.
What if the movable piece is JB?
Well,
I find it hard to believe.
He on the time.
I just find it hard to believe that you got all this talent and you don't know how to utilize it till its maximum strength. Like, I feel like if you got all these talented players, I can care less about having 2 small guards. Yeah, we got 2 big men that can't shoot consistently, etc. But we see what the situation is, right? And I feel like a damn good head coach would assess the situation. It's kind of like cooking with the ingredients you got when you can't afford to go to the grocery store.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't afford to go to the grocery store. This is what I got in the cabinet, right? So what meal can I whip up that's satisfying to my family? And like, to me, JB has not done a good job of whipping up a meal that's satisfying to the family.
Well, I thought y'all had already talked about that before I got here. I thought that was the number one option. I thought that we had went through that option. Like,
wait a minute.
Who's going to show up?
Yeah. That's crazy. Like that's the number one move. That's it. Think about it.
Wait a minute. Is it Luke Walton? But who the coach behind?
I think
JB?
he is the coach.
Luke Walton is his head coach?
Yeah.
So he knows how to do the Golden State motion stuff, right? Why he ain't?
Why would I play my trump?
I don't know.
Why would I throw my trump card out here early?
What do you mean? So they saving it for the playoffs?
No, he's saving it for himself.
He waiting on JB to get out of here.
We
All right, y'all. I thought he was never going to leave.
It's the Ty Lue situation. Ty Lue was on that bench. You had your boy, Maccabi Tel Aviv himself, Andrew Black. And the situation was everybody knew Ty Lue was that dude.
Here's the setup question. Luke Walton was in Golden State. Tyvus want to know why the offense ain't better.
Look like you serious.
There you go. That's the setup.
Listen, they ran that stuff and go. Ran that stuff and go to State.
So what you're saying is Luke Walton is the reason that offense was so good and had nothing to do with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
What I'm saying is he can at least implement it because he knows it. He sat behind it and watched it for all those years. I'm pretty sure he knows it. Why isn't that he at least tried to do it with the Cavaliers?
Because he doesn't have the greatest shooter in the history of the world. That helps.
And the second greatest shooter in history almost.
Right? The Cavs almost got Klay Thompson. They were going after him on
That's
draft night.
crazy.
They had a deal. I'm going to mess up the details. They were trying to trade with Sacramento for like J.J. Hickson to get the pick, to get Sacramento's pick. And they couldn't pull the deal off. And then he went like a pick or two later. Or he was like, that's who they wanted. They wanted Klay. They're going to pair Kyrie with Klay.
Can you imagine?
Man, that would have been nice.
They were hot trying to get. That's the year they had Kyrie and Tristan back 1 and 4, and they were trying to get a third top 10 pick. They were working hard trying to get a third top 10 pick.
We was just sitting here talking. I don't know. You
Real quick, hang on.
Go
I
ahead.
want to finish this Golden State thought. NBA,
Yes.
There's really not. They all run basically the same shit. Like
High pick and roll.
high pick and roll, like.
But it's
dribble
just a lot of
handoff,
motion, though.
horns high.
It's like Steph give the ball and he's gonna go through pick, screens, boom.
And that's the one thing that frustrated me about the Cavs last year was they just didn't run very many actions. It was just they're just a pick and roll heavy team,
Right.
And I've talked to coaches. I think I said this on the show. I'll say it, Mike Brown last year. I was talking to Mike. I was doing a big story on him turning around Sacramento, and he said, when you get in the playoffs, the first thing a team's going to take away is your pick and roll. That's the first thing they take away. You blitz the ball handler, get the ball out of his hands, thank you. And you're going to shut that down. So what else do you have? Like, what's your secondary? And it just felt because the Cavs didn't have any shooting, they didn't really develop a secondary game of dribble handoffs or just some sort of actions that you like. What's your bread and butter when nothing else is working? Where are you going to go to get a basket? And I just felt like that.
Oh, it's Donovan Mitchell.
Well, that was
get a ball to Donovan and watch. And
get the
stand
ball
and
to Donovan and get the hell out of his way. And I talked to Donovan about that last year. I'm like, would you ever punt a game just to teach a lesson to these guys of I'm not bailing you out tonight. You guys got to go figure it out. He's like, no, I don't have it in me. I can't do that. I'm going to win every game I play. And I'm like, I get it. Like, I respect it. But at the same time, I think you can teach some of these young guys some lessons if you just say, I remember LeBron's first year back. There was a game at Portland early in the year, like the first couple weeks of the season. And he's out there with Kyrie and Dion. Go back and find this. And these two dudes are out here just dribbling the air out of the ball. Dribble, 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 dribble. And LeBron literally stood in the corner in Portland like, I am not participating in this. If y'all going to play this way, I ain't doing it. And then after the game, he said, we got a lot of bad habits. We got to get up out of here. And that's when he started trying to shape these guys into you can't play that way anymore. That's not championship-winning basketball.
Bull was sick.
What?
He over there eating.
Yeah, that's crazy. They just brought Bull a whole slew.
We ordered it. I got them wings and some of them cheese curds over there that I'm gonna get to.
As soon as I sat down, they bring the burger.
That's Bull.
Bull, come tag me in. Come tag.
Who's the magical order guy? Where do these orders come from? You did.
We put in a whole bunch of food because we all got hungry.
No salads though. No salads.
No salad.
Bull's rule. No salad.
If you talk about pieces, that we were just over there talking about who has the most, I guess, trade value. If you were looking to make a move on the team,
listen to this guy.
I said, but I'm not trading. They was floating crazy stuff like Darius Garland.
Man, you guys are getting me in trouble.
Earl said Darius Garland. And I said Donovan. But you get the kicker is who he said.
I said Jared Allen.
All right,
you hear that? You hear that?
I heard that.
Go ahead, tell him he's wrong, Jason. While I go eat some food.
Look, if you, he said the most movable piece on the Cavs. It's not a crazy. He don't got a crazy contract.
Centers don't bring back great value.
But who wants Jared Allen?
Centers that don't shoot don't bring back great value.
Who wants Jared Allen?
Oh, I was sitting there thinking. I mean, nobody said you was gonna get a bunch for him. Like, nobody said you was gonna get some picks and a frontline starter. But
all right, we are going to do. If you watch the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, you know we do this thing called Ask the Show occasionally. So what we're doing is we're going to let fans that are here ask questions, and then they'll win some stuff. We have to move the stuff around for all the food we got.
Right.
But we got a lot of barbershop stuff, including makeup.
It's not makeup.
I'm sorry. What is it?
It is a skin routine system.
Skin routine system. Jason could use that.
What's the matter with my skin?
Nothing. I'm kidding.
What's the matter with my skin? I ain't saying that before.
All right, we have our first question. What's your name?
David.
David, where are you from? What town?
Lorain, Ohio.
All right,
Nice.
very good.
I worked in
Watching you
Lorain.
guys. First off, awesome show.
Thank you.
But this question's for you.
Okay.
Is it true the only reason you chose Cleveland over New York is because Cleveland food is better than New York's?
It's a loaded question.
That's what I'm hearing.
That is not true. Although Cleveland does have great food, a lot better than I thought when I moved here. I had never even been when I took the job in Cleveland in 2011. I had never even been to Cleveland before, so I didn't know anything about the food.
I know you fell in love with the food, though.
The food is great here. Especially, I mean, American food, Polish food,
Mix.
right? German.
Everything here.
Hey, I traveled all over the country for 10 years covering the NBA.
Yeah, that was it.
I put Cleveland's restaurants up against anybody in the
Look,
country.
he's eating right now. Look.
It's a great restaurant scene.
That's right.
But really, of the many things I love about Cleveland, the best is my wife says Cleveland is user-friendly.
Oh, for sure.
Right? It's easy to get around. You don't have traffic. You never have unexpected traffic in Cleveland, or almost never.
Yeah.
And that's special for a big city. I know Cleveland's not as big as New York, of course, but in the grand scheme of America, Cleveland's still a big city.
Sure.
And for usually big cities, you got crappy driving, crappy traffic. You don't have that here. That's
Hey, McNuggets,
yeah.
can you give everybody a wristband that comes up here? Yeah, you get a barbershop
Hook 'em up.
VIP wristband.
Hook 'em up. AJ, where you from, man?
Hey, how you guys doing? Good. Big fan of the show. Question for Jason Lloyd.
Where you from, though? Tell us where you're from.
I'm from here, from Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Okay. Nice, from here. Question for Jason Lloyd. Do you think the Cavs will make a mid-season change on JV? And if they do, who do you think they'll look at externally?
It's possible. It's possible if they don't get this thing turned around. And it's really hard. I know Atlanta did it a few years ago and they brought Quinn Snyder in, but that's pretty rare to bring in a guy from outside mid-season. The one name that I would kind of keep circled is Dave Yeager, former NBA head coach. The Cavs sort of slid him into the organization before the start of this season. He had some health problems. That's why he had to step away. Highly respected coach. I love JB. Hope it doesn't happen, but if it happens, I keep an eye on Dave Yeager as a possibility.
Any possibilities on Doc Rivers?
No.
That would
I
be
don't
an
think
off-season move, no?
Yeah, Doc isn't coming anywhere. I mean, the Cavs, let's be honest, all right? The Cavs are probably not winning a championship right now. They're not bad, but they're not elite. And Doc is at the point of his career where I don't think he's taking a mid-job. He's taking a job where he can walk in and win a championship. And there's a couple other reasons why I think Doc probably would not be interested. I don't think it's good. I don't think it'd be Doc. If anything, I mean, Luke Walton obviously has experience as a previous head coach, but Dave Yeager is also a name that I would just sort of keep an eye on.
Thanks, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
Hey,
And AJ, you get a wristband too, man.
Jason, what happened to Mark Jackson? Why can't he get another job? I mean, maybe he's not even interested.
I mean, did he send some bad emails to somebody, or what happened?
He's got some stuff in his past of things that he's said.
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know if he was a great head coach. Certainly, he's better than some of the other guys that have gotten other opportunities.
Right.
I think some of his personal stuff and some of his past probably has precluded that from happening.
Okay, we have our next question.
I'm Carrie, Evan,
Hi, Carrie.
419's mama.
Nice. Hi, Carrie.
Who would you? Hi.
Carrie has been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
With Evan. What town
And
are
I
you
watch
guys
you.
from? We
Norwalk.
appreciate it.
Norwalk. Nice.
Who would you
Truckers.
have play you in a movie?
That's a great question.
Clearly,
I love that question.
Clearly, it would have to be Matthew McConaughey. Clearly.
No doubt about it.
If he's not available, I guess I'd settle for Brad Pitt, but
Okay.
one of those two. It'd have to be
Perfect.
Matthew McConaughey or Brad Pitt.
Now, neither one of those are appropriate for him at all. Let's be honest. I'm
trying to get away with it,
too. Yeah. For me, I'd like Idris Elba to play me.
Yeah, nah.
But that's not going to work. That is a great question. I think for me, I'm going to be realistic, and I'm going to say, I'm going to say John Goodman for me.
Oh.
He's
That's
a
not
little
bad.
old,
That's not bad.
but I love him, so I'm going to say John Goodman. How about you,
I do
G. Bush?
This is kind of strange, but Bull will know this. So my cousin came to my house over at my birthday party, and it was like, "Hey, check out my new movie. I'm on Netflix." And he actually is an actor.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a really good gig, and everybody knew me. Oh no, he has movies. So I would have my cousin. He's a former offensive lineman.
Big dude.
Dude. I would have him play me.
Nice. Perfect.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Who would play Mikey McNuggets? What's that? Michael Cera? I shouldn't build up Mike's ego like this, but I think Mike is much better looking than Michael Cera. His response should have been "Thank you." That's very nice. Instead, it was "I am." Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next?
No.
Evan?
You ask a question every day like that.
I like that. All right, who would play Tyvus
Dave.
Denzel Washington.
Dude, no chance. Hold on, Dave. 1 second. You know what? Go ahead.
Take your time.
No. Go ahead. Ask your question. Dave,
Hey, guys.
What town you from?
I'm from Valley View, a little side.
Hoity-toity in Valley View.
Oh yeah. No, don't worry about that.
Ohio Media School. Let's go, baby.
You're right. Yes. Right up the road. So actually, you guys had Mayor Bibb on the other week. That was a really good interview. Seems like a really nice guy. But I thought you guys missed out on a direct sports question that you could have asked him.
Well, don't blame me. I was off that day.
No.
But go ahead.
I was there.
Yeah.
So they're planning on raising the price to park in the Muni lot from like $30 to like $70.
Yeah.
And that directly affects all us Brown fans, all us Kool-Aid Mafia members too.
Yes.
I would say like what do you guys think about that? And maybe next time could you guys like ask him about that, what he thinks?
I asked him a question. I asked him a question about, taxpayer money in the stadium. It was a really good politician by saying that he wants the, ownership to pay their fair share. Now, in terms of the Muni Lot situation, I think they should do everything they can to make it affordable for fans to come down and still enjoy the game. Like, I think the fans this year have been some of the best people that have gone to the games because the Browns have a real home field advantage. And I think it's because of the people in the Muni Lot and the people really are engaged. So I want that to continue. And hopefully they don't raise that price and price out the right people.
How long have you been going to the Muni Lot?
Probably since I was under 21, but, very, very responsible back in those days.
So you're trying to say you weren't drinking then?
yeah, probably 10 years. 10 years.
So 10 years ago, what was the price there?
$30, I think.
All right, so I can understand they need to raise it a little bit because, cost of living, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
70's outrageous.
It is a lot.
That's not acceptable.
50 would be a little bit.
I was going to say 40.
I'm
if
a 40.
If they've kept the price for 10 years and all of a sudden you go up by 233%, I mean, that doesn't really make a lot. I'm sorry, 133%. That's still way too much. I can understand a 10, maybe 20. I think that's pushing it. I certainly for the big, I know the big, SUVs and stuff, and something like that, you might have 10 people in there.
For
You
sure.
could all chip in.
Multiple parking spaces.
But if you're taking one spot,
70's nuts. It's
70's
totally nuts.
crazy. I think 40's reasonable.
Well, just wait till the stadium is in Independence, and then there will be no use for the Muni Lot.
God.
Well, yeah, Cleveland's a blue-collar town. And like G. Bush said, that home field advantage is so big. But yeah, either way, thanks for answering my question.
you.
Love the show. Watch every day.
Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
For life.
We all. That's the players get a lot of money, and I don't begrudge any player making any money. People are mad about Shohei Ohtani. Make whatever money you can make. The downside is that the owners take it out on the fans, and these stadiums become more and more corporate. There's less average Joe fans like people here.
Yeah.
Because the average fan can't afford to go.
Higher and higher and higher,
Right.
and then out of the stadium.
Let me tell you something. When I'll give you, and this, obviously there's a lot more money in New York than there is in Cleveland, but still, when in the old Yankee Stadium, the crowd was crazy. It was loud. It was nuts. Have you been to the new Yankee Stadium?
No.
It's so corporate. It's so expensive. And I get it. New York should be more expensive than Cleveland.
It's
I
so
get
expensive they can't even fill those seats
it.
around.
They can't fit the seats right by home plate. They got all these corporate people. They're not diehard fans. It's like going to Yankee games like going to the Super Bowl now. It's like neutral rich fans that have no real passion. And that sucks.
Yeah, and you just think, plus you take a look at inflation. I mean, wages aren't even outpacing inflation in some areas in certain sectors. So for me, I think that they should be conscious of it. And I say this too: the Dolans have to be cognizant, to get gracious, but the Haslams have to be cognizant that people are aware that they're investing in the city of Milwaukee. So
that's right. And they're also being investigated by the FBI for the second time.
So they got to do a better job of showing to the people, look, man, we're invested first and foremost in the people of Cleveland, and we are for the every run-of-the-mill, everyday fan.
Do we have another question, Mike, or is that it for now? All right. Hey, everybody that's here right now, can you join me in a chant? Is everybody prepared to join me? Something very simple, but How about Steelers suck?
Oh yeah, we could do that.
Fire JB? Nah, we're in the Cavs arena. We probably shouldn't do that. How about a Steelers suck?
We can that.
Steelers suck. Steelers suck. Steelers suck. Steelers suck. Steelers suck. Steelers suck.
Yeah, there we go.
Steelers suck.
Yeah,
Especially Mitch Trubisky. No offense, he's from here, but he's really hard.
I think his aunt works somewhere in it.
We love it. We love the Trubisky family, but yeah. So, Mike, who's playing you in the movie? I want to go back to that question because I love that question.
It is a good question, and just an update for anyone, because this is a Cavs watch party. They are down 37-47 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
By the way, I'm clarifying. You just said 37-47.
I was reading it left to right as I was trying to get the headset out. I know it was technically backwards, but yes. Yeah. The Cavs trail by 10.
All right.
There's Jaylen Brown from the corner for 3 makes it a 13-point
there's Jayson
game.
eating his hamburger, too.
There's Jayson eating a hamburger. Who would play me in a movie?
Yeah.
I have been told that the guy that plays Hawkeye, similar resemblance to him.
What's his name? Oh, my God. Jeremy Renner.
Yes. I get to play me, maybe.
Gee, if take out your cousin. Who, if you had to have somebody super famous play you, who would you take?
Denzel Washington.
No.
Dude, you know who could play G. Bush? The guy from the uncle from Snowfall. His uncle.
Brown.
That wouldn't be bad.
You know what I'm talking about?
That wouldn't
Snowfall?
be bad.
Yeah, I can see it.
What do we think of that?
Well, this is a great setup to watch.
By the way, Earl should be played by, we got to go back in time, but Earl would be played by a young Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
Young Lawrence Fishburne.
I see it.
Tyvis is going to be played by Urkel.
Jaleel White,
yeah. Can you get a shot on Tyvis, Dan? Yeah, get a shot on Ty.
He just said he's going to be played by
I'm just kidding, Tyvis. I'm just kidding.
Who plays Jay?
Jay,
the corpse of George Washington.
Oh my God! Wow, that is hard.
Who's playing Jay? Jay. Let's see.
James Woods.
Jay would want Matthew McConaughey to play him.
Yeah. Come on. We're trying to be honest. As the Raiders take a 6-0 lead over the Chargers.
Really?
Yeah. By the way, Donovan Mitchell. I've been smoozing with some people. Been trying to get some questions.
Did you just say smoozing?
I combined schmooze.
Dude,
and snooze.
you're Jewish. You should be able to say schmooze.
I was schmoozing.
Yeah.
I was schmoozing. I haven't watched all of this game so far, but Mitchell.
They're down 12 now.
Mitchell has an uncanny ability to get to the cup, man. The way he weaves his way through defenses, and Drew Holiday's as good of a perimeter defender as you find in the NBA. The way he's able to just kind of get to his spots it's special.
Yeah.
You know what's not special, G. Bush? The Cavs defense.
Yeah.
They just don't have fight on that inside. They don't have that. They don't have that type of fight that they used to have when I entered the court. And I mean, and it's evident in the rotations. It used to be they would swing the ball.
It's Director Steve.
There he is.
Hi, Steve.
We can't hear him though. Who's he talking to?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Steve.
Himself.
Yeah,
did
Steve.
Did he put himself on and then we can't? But he can't hear him. Oh, that's weird.
I don't know why you can't hear me.
I don't know. We're supposed to be able to hear Steve. I don't know why we can't hear him.
We can't hear him.
But Steve, we can't hear you.
Wait, who's playing Anthony in the movie?
Who's playing Anthony? Max Strus?
Andy Milonakis.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Andy Milonakis?
Who's Andy Milonakis? What's an Andy Milonakis?
It's a white guy.
Who is he? What's he from?
The Andy Milonakis show.
So, yeah.
Are you just making that up?
No.
That's serious.
He's the Andy Milonakis
Does
show.
anybody out here know who Andy Milonakis is? Raise your hand if you know who Andy Milonakis is. Who is the hell is this guy?
Creative Juice knows.
Creative Juice, you know Andy Milonakis?
Everybody know who Andy Milonakis
is. Sounds like you're making up that name.
No, that's a bad job out of you.
Come on, bull.
There's a show called the Andy Milonakis Show. You're not effing with me.
Years ago. Years ago on
no
MTV.
idea what you guys are talking about.
He used to do a popular skit with his grandpa.
Yeah.
He looked like he was like 12 or 11.
Yeah.
And he used to just have his grandpa. It was called Bad Grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a hilarious skit.
All right, well, we still got to get, how about Director Steve? Who's playing Director Steve in the movie?
That move by Jaylen Brown was filthy, by the way. Who's playing Director Steve?
Andy Griffith?
Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair?
Oh, dude. What?
Actually, to be truthful,
Geno's?
No. Actually, to be truthful, there's a guy the guy who played Stephen Hawking in that show. I think he could play you.
Oh my! Play Mike.
Oh, the young Stephen Hawking.
The young Stephen Hawking.
I can
You
see
see
that.
that?
Yeah, I can see that.
The young
yeah.
Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, I didn't mean the actual Steve. I meant the guy who plays Stephen Hawking in
The
the
young guy.
movie.
Oh.
I'm surprised you don't know that, Bull. Have you not seen that?
I don't think I've seen it.
Bull, you watch everything.
You watch
I have not seen that. I just finished a movie today called Love and Monsters. It's a good movie.
Love and Monsters?
Love and Monsters. Post-apocalyptic. 90% of the Earth's been wiped out. Would that be such a bad thing?
90% of the
Dang, Thanos.
Thanos, yeah, I was gonna say that's Avengers Endgame to
No,
the max.
Thanos only wiped out 50%.
Yeah, right.
So this is even worse. These are Creative Juice is a printer, works at the print shop.
I did not know that.
That makes
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Exactly. All right, do we have another question or no?
Hey, Earl,
Guys, everybody's stuffing their faces right now.
go question hunting. We got to find someone to ask a question. We got someone has to ask a question here.
Yeah. All right, folks, come on down if you're in the area. We're still going to be here for another hour and a half, probably, or so.
It's only. There's 4 minutes left in the second quarter of the Cavs game.
This sports book here is pretty cool.
I like
It.
it.
It's nice.
actually a really nice setup for a
Yeah.
sports book. There's no seat where you can't see multiple TVs.
Yeah.
There's no place where you are unable to
Yeah, no, it's
get
really
a drink, get some food,
Right.
meet some people.
How
We got a super chat.
how was the interview with Larry Nance, by the way? How was that?
He was good. He only had 2 minutes. He said it to be quick, but
Oh,
he reminisced on some of his favorite Cleveland memories. I asked him who the best dunker in his family was.
What do you say?
It's a dumb question. Of course, it's me. Even though if you ask my son, he'll say him, and if you ask my other son, he'll say him.
Oh.
So
Where's his other son, in college?
he plays for the Charge.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Pete Nance plays for the Cleveland Charge. Him and Amani Bates.
Yeah.
I
Play the
didn't even
Cleveland
realize.
Charge, yeah.
That's a bad job out of me.
You know, I'm a booster for the Canton Charge.
You
Cleveland-
are?
Cleveland Charge.
It used to be Canton Charge,
Yeah.
but you know, I keep in mind I'm a booster. You
All
know?
right. I didn't know that.
Do you have season tickets?
No, I do not. I just send them notes that show me my gratitude for their hard work.
Do they still have what's his name? That guy who was 7'2"?
Taco Fall?
Taco Fall, yeah.
No, they ain't
Taco
got-
Fall. Taco. Do you have a question?
Hold on, we can't hear her. Give her the mic,
Get
Anthony.
this lady a mic.
What is your name? What is your name?
Bond, like 007, Alayla Bond.
How you doing, Bond? Thanks
How
for
you
coming
doing?
tonight. We appreciate you showing up.
Yes, I
Where
can
you
because I
from?
watch
Where you
y'all
from?
show. Cleveland. I'm from
Oh.
Cedar, so I
Okay.
live right
Okay.
within walking distance from
Earl
here.
the Pearl is right next to you.
Yes.
Did you want to ask Earl a question?
Okay, so I just want to know. Okay, I know we here. Thank you to rep the Cavs today, but what y'all think about Flacco? And I love Justin Fields because he Ohio State Buckeye. But what y'all think about Flacco in our uniform? How is that? Like, what does that really feel like? Because
gee.
I'm like so surreal about this. Like, I
It is
never
weird.
ever tried to like get excited about a Raven, but now we are Brown. So.
I feel like I thought I was gonna have a problem with it at first, but then I saw him playing. I was like, okay, I could work with that. I could definitely work with that. Listen, I think I have now named him Flaccavelli.
Okay.
Mr. Flaccavelli is going to throw for 300 yards this game as well.
Okay.
And I think that there's a chance, according to Earl, he is drinking the 5-0 Kool-Aid, which he's predicted he can go undefeated.
Wacko for Flacco.
And what I have to do is see, I want you to be, since you came up here and you're glowing, I need you to try my cosmetic line. G. Bush has a cosmetic line.
Okay.
There it is.
Is there some lipstick in there?
Ain't no lipstick. It's vegan based. It's a
Vegan,
skin
okay.
care routine, and it's called Bushline Beauty. And I want you to try it, and you to try it as well. You know,
Okay.
and you to try it as well, and you
And
tell
you,
me,
and you,
and
and
you
you.
tell me if it's whack or not.
Oh, okay. I sure will. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And thank you, Earl the Pearl.
You're welcome. Earl the Pearl, shout out to you.
Oh, well, hey, thank y'all for
Thank
coming out. We
you.
appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Next question. What's your name?
LaRonda.
LaRonda, how you doing today?
Are you
fine.
from Cleveland as well?
From Elyria.
Okay, okay. Represent.
But yeah, even though it's a small city, but we come to Cleveland to kick it.
Very good.
Have fun. I just gotta come out of school.
There you go.
It's like it's small.
Yeah.
But we gotta come here. Have fun.
Good.
Well, we appreciate you showing up and thank you for your support. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, so you tell me, so you get in the chat, if you watch Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, you can say whether or not G. Bush's cosmetic line is trash or is good, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
So,
got a question?
Oh, do you have a question? No, she just wanted to hang out.
She's just here. She's one of the homies. She's one of the homies.
She just want to hang out. Like, you know, we pull up.
Oh, we got a question.
What is your name?
My name is Cara.
What's up, Cara?
Hey,
How
how
you
y'all
doing?
doing?
We're doing good. We're
Where are
doing
you
good.
from?
I'm from Elyria.
Elyria also. Okay.
Yeah, but
Go
I
ahead.
claim East Cleveland though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come to the east side. Now, listen, if you were, where's the hottest place in Elyria? Is there one?
No, it's really boring. It's dry.
How come you live
That's
there?
why we're here.
She pulled up here. It's clean.
That's why
All right.
we're here. So yeah.
Hey, I
So-
appreciate it.
So what is your question?
She got one.
She said she had a question.
She did say she had a
What's the
question.
most difficult part about y'all podcast?
Oh, that's well.
There's really nothing
no,
difficult from our perspective. From
Le-
Mike.
I can answer that
Ask.
question. By far, the most difficult part about doing the show is getting answers from him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, for example, I sent the rundown last night. I said, "Gee, I need these answers." He's like, "Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you."
Got you, dog.
I need them this morning. Gee, I text him 8 o'clock in the morning. Still no answer. All right, it's 10 o'clock. And you just got to make the graphics. Like, we can't wait no more. 10:35. Here's G. I got your answers. Bruh,
Where did these answers
we
come
had
from?
to deliver the graphics at 10:30.
Hey, listen, man.
So making sure they stay where they're supposed to, kind of being the adult babysitter for one in particular, but all of them. It's like herding sheep sometimes.
I guess somebody just
The
scored a
Monsters
goal.
score.
Go
Yeah.
Monsters!
Yeah,
Woo!
go Monsters.
Go Monsters!
Ain't really a hockey fan, but yeah.
I'm that friend that you get ready to go out, and we supposed to be out at 10 o'clock, and then they changed their outfit because they didn't really like it last second, and now it's 10:45. Yeah, that's kind of mean.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
Yeah.
Man, your mom is a great lady. Shout out to her.
Oh, we appreciate y'all for real.
you for
Thank y'all for coming through. We really appreciate y'all.
Yeah, G. For those who don't know, we have a number of group text groups, but in our main text group, the people that talk the most in that text group are me, Mike, Tyvis, and Jason. I would say, right?
And Jay on certain days. Jay when he has time for us.
Jay is talkative from there.
Right. And we won't hear from G in that text group at all. And then all of a sudden, out of left field, he'll send like about 3 paragraphs worth of responses or analysis of something.
And then
like, just totally out of left
But
field.
he'll answer stuff from 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Because
right.
he answers everything up till the last time he answered.
Yeah.
So
Hey, all right.
he restarts conversations.
There's
The
been
best.
at
We
least
love
3
G.
times I was worried he was dead because we didn't hear from him.
Well,
Oh.
G's wife is here.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Where's I don't know where Rosie's at,
She's
but
over there.
there's Rosie.
She's texting me right now, and I ain't answering.
Rosie has texted me before asking, "Hey, is G at work? I haven't heard from him yet." And I'm like, I haven't seen him either, so I hope so.
Here's the part, guys.
Yeah.
If you're doing anything nefarious, I'm not a nefarious guy.
Yeah.
Listen, the worst part about working on television is everybody know if you was at work or not.
That's
I
right.
can't even lie. Everybody be like,
That's right.
no, you was not at work. I watched, and it was Jay, Poole, and Jason. You were not there. I can't even lie. What am I do?
There was one time, TV. There was one time years ago where I called out sick, and then halfway through the day I was feeling better, and I was like, I think I'm gonna go to the movies. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that because somebody sees me there. They'd be like, well, why aren't you working?
Yeah, you at the
You
movies?
seem like you're feeling okay.
What's wrong with you?
So I stayed
And
home.
we got another question here,
Another
but
question?
we got a new man.
Who do we have?
What's your
Hi,
name,
I'm
sir?
Paul from North Olmsted.
What's up, Paul?
What's up, guys?
What's up?
I have a season ticket holder for the Cavs and the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
What do you think of Flacco? Why didn't they get 1 year? Why didn't they got 2? Don't you think
Why-
that maybe they could put him on for the 2 years? Why only 1 year?
No,
You're a very smart man.
there's no upside.
I disagree, by the way, with G.
completely disagree.
I disagree with G.
He's played 2 good games. Even if he plays great and they want to bring him back, where's he going? He's not going to go somewhere else.
So-
If the Browns want him back at the end, you don't want to get locked in on a second year to a guy who's about to turn 39 years
Well,
old.
not for that price.
What's that?
Not for that $4.05 million. You know.
Every dollar matters.
Yes.
And if he plays great this year and they want to bring him back, the Browns are the only team that gave Joe Flacco a chance this year.
Right.
if the Browns want to bring him back and if he wants to play again next year, it can happen after the season. I'm not worried about it.
Can I have a follow-up question then?
Of course, yes.
Have you seen a better arm in the Browns? Tell me, what better arm in the Browns organization you've seen since Joe Flacco?
I mean, I can't think of any. Better just
Brian
arm. Brian Sipe was a long time ago. It's hard.
That's what I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody
He's got a great arm. But
he's got a rocket.
Let's face it. We don't want to get carried away. Joe Flacco in his career has been very up and down. He was great the Super Bowl year, and that was a decade ago, and he really hasn't consistently played well since then. I think we got to ride this hot streak. He's playing well, but I don't think we want to get into a place where, like, we can't live the rest of our lives without Joe Flacco.
I'm going to give you an analogy, and everybody's going to believe it.
All right.
You know, you was back in high school, right? Maybe you were interested in going to the prom. Your prom date was the tomboy, the girl that you played with and everything. She sprouted up, and you're like, all right, I'm going to ask her to go to prom. She goes to prom, she puts her dress on, her mate, and she's a completely different person. You go to prom, everybody's like, oh my gosh, Amy Sue is banging. Who is that? Now, you go have fun, people, you are now elevated. They're looking at you like, G. Bush, you're the man. And then after prom, she says, hey, how's about us start dating? And you say, well, you haven't improved in it enough, Amy Sue. You got to show me 5 or 6 more dates before, and then your buddy takes
No.
her.
You got listen. You're too far ahead. G, this is where you're at.
He's the king of analogies.
Joe Flacco and the Browns right now are at prom.
They're at prom,
and Joe Flacco looks like a 10. Her makeup's on point.
Yeah.
Nice dress.
Flacco
the
looking
issue
pretty.
is, can Joe Flacco drink a beer? Can Amy Sue hold her beer?
Yeah, we don't
and
know
we're about
yet.
to find out in the next 3 weeks if Joe Flacco can hold his beer in this analogy.
Dude,
3 more weeks?
Well, before the end of the season, we're going to find out if Joe Flacco's sustainable or not.
Nobody's
We're
going.
gonna find out Sunday. Is that Bears defense?
Pick the mic up. Pick the mic up. Pick the mic up. There
That
you go.
Bears defense is tough, and the secondary has been playing a lot better.
It
They're
has.
gonna shut down the Lions. I mean, Jared Goff was a man.
They got
killed last week.
Montez Sweater's been playing better. And here's the thing. I would offer him a 1-year deal or offer him a 2-year deal with a team option for the second year and just keep him around.
What the hell are they playing in here? Did y'all hear that?
That's the question. I would have said give him the 4.05 and option him.
I don't even think Joe Flacco is thinking about next year. He's thinking about 1 week at a time. There's no doubt in my mind that if the Browns want to bring Flacco back next year, he's going to come back. I have zero doubt. I don't think.
You really do?
If he wants to come back,
I think and they want him, he'll be back. I don't. Even if he plays well, he's 39. Nobody's banging down their door to give zillions of dollars.
I'm not
to
against
Joe
PPR.
Flacco.
I mean, he's going to grow. He's going to get a bigger guy. He's got to build up. Miles needs to take him in the weight room and start making him lift some weights.
I agree
he
with
needs to get
that.
a little stronger.
I agree with
Besides
that.
though, but for a secondary quarterback, why not have that?
I like him. The way this season has gone, the way the NFL has gone, the Browns have gone. Let's all take it 1 week at a time.
The season has been
The league
horrendous.
season has been fun and it's been crazy and it's been insane. Thank you for the question.
We appreciate it. Have a great night, Brian. Thanks so
Appreciate
much,
you.
man.
Great night. Thank
You
Yes,
too.
sir.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Rubber band too.
Oh, rubber man.
Is that a question?
And we got our next question.
Fly,
go.
Eagles,
What's up,
fly.
boss?
Okay, I got a question for you.
What's your name?
My name is Maurice Hines.
Where you
What's
from?
up, Maurice?
From Cleveland.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, showing up the Browns, they look pretty good this year offensively. They look pretty decent.
Yeah.
But like head into next season, what would you do at the running back position? Would you just go ahead and see what you got with Chubb, or would you draft somebody else?
This is the $1 million question. This
Best
offseason.
question of the offseason.
Yeah,
You nailed
that's
it.
crazy.
You nailed it.
Because we all love Nick Chubb. Like, the guy is everything you want in a football player. The question is, at his age, and he's up there for a running back,
He is.
is he going to be able to come back? I would bet on Nick Chubb. Like, the one guy we saw come back right away the next year and still be great
Peterson.
was Adrian Peterson. And I think he's that caliber running back personally. But it's hard to say for sure. My heart wants the Browns to bring Nick Chubb back, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do think they need to address whether they bring Nick Chubb back or not. I would like to see them draft a running back at some point again this year. I think you keep drafting running backs till you find a guy you're sure about. But man, that is the $1 million question. I'm not sure about Nick Chubb. What do you think, G?
Hey, I'm putting Nick Chubb on the roster regardless next year. He's gonna play next year. Do I need to go get another running back? I think that depends on what Jerome Ford does in his playoff run. I think if Jerome Ford gets better and he starts seeing the field a little better, especially with a bad offensive line, I think it'll give him the feeling that they're good at that position. The guy who I think might be the odd guy out, even though I love what he brings to the table, I would bring him back. But Kareem Hunt looks like he's going to be a guy that could be the odd man out again next year.
Well, let me ask you a question though, G. If you have Chubb back, you don't need the short yardage back in the same capacity.
That's why. And I think at this point, Pierre Strong and Jerome Ford are a little more dynamic. They're only going to keep 3 running backs. At this point, I would say they would go with Chubb, Ford, and Pierre Strong because he plays special teams, and that's your backfield next year.
Would you guys consider trading for somebody like maybe a Jonathan Taylor or somebody like that, or
I wouldn't,
or just roll with the draft and see what happens?
Yeah, I would. I don't love giving up, a lot of assets for a running back. I feel like smart teams can find good running backs, not Nick Chubb level. And Jonathan Taylor's been hurt the last 2 years too.
Yeah, he's Nick Chubb level.
I don't think he is. For me personally, I don't think he is.
It's one below. Hey, I
think he's one level below.
I'm gonna let Tyvis hop in for 1 sec. Steve,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix the battery, so just check your phone in a sec. I gotta just change some batteries so these
All right.
cameras don't die.
Thank you for the question.
And in the second half, by the way, we're gonna do a lot more Cavs live reaction for the second half.
Okay.
Second half will be there.
I got a question for G. Just based on what Tyvis just said, how you think my shoes look?
Hey, I don't like you. I see. Listen, I called my wife. I
That
texted
boy
her.
put that stuff on.
And you know what? And you had yours. And you had yours, right?
Yeah, I just came with some little
I wore
ones
mine
today.
today, so you get the double whammy.
Hey, babe. Order a Shirley Temple and accidentally spill something. No, I'm just joking. Shout out to Earl. It's tough. I can't get the shoes, but it's cool. It's all right. I was hurt at the time. I was hurt.
Are those new shoes, Earl?
You know Donovan Mitchell got 21 points at halftime.
Yeah, but the Cavs losing by
11,
10, right?
I think 11.
Yeah. Man.
By the way, we need to discuss for a minute.
What's that?
I was told by many in the national media that Joe Flacco was going to be stolen by the Steelers or by the Vikings.
They're
What
going to sign
happened?
him off a practice squad?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they do know Joe Flacco can refuse to show up.
Down
Right?
21-0?
Oh
my!
The Raiders are winning 21-0.
Yes.
Wow.
I just need Austin Eckler to do well. I mean, that's can he at least give me 15?
I'm not really paying attention to this, guys.
Oh, yeah, what's going on in our fantasy league? Anything
I
tonight?
have a bye this week, and
I got a buy in the league. I have Austin Eckler.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just tapped out at this point. Just checked out.
Must be nice because I'm fighting for my life, man.
Did I just hear G's buy for the week, or is that what we're Tyvis? Would you like to elaborate?
Dude, I got Austin Eckler in our league.
Yeah, you do.
Against McNuggets, and he's having a terrible game so far.
He ain't getting the ball. But you know what? The Joshua Kelly just fumbled the ball.
Oh, good.
So that means he said, "Oh, good."
By the way,
they'll throw a lot. They're down 21. They got to throw to Eckler a lot.
By the way, shout out to the sports book. I'm gonna tell you what, this is a nice setup. I like this setup.
It's pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. If you have not been here, they got 2 large TVs. They got TV. You can see access. It's like 360 access. You can watch all the games.
They got the
really nice.
betting they got the betting thing right here.
Yep. It's really nice. I like the way this is set up.
At first, for a second, I thought Tyvis said betting, like BEDDING,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why would they have betting? It is crazy if you think about it, like how easy it is to gamble now. You used to have to go to like illegal places and now you can just bet anywhere.
You have to go in the alley. And
Yeah. It came out a couple days ago that Maverick Carter was, placing bets.
I saw that.
Yeah. And LeBron had the best response I've ever heard in my life. He was like, "So what?" He was like, "Hey, you can order you can gamble from your phone now." Like there's no "I got you" moment in that. He's like, "This pretty much he's a grown man. That's my guy."
It's not like he's a player.
So why is it illegal for him?
It ain't.
They said it was.
They just tried to say like, "Oh, because you're so close to LeBron, that is there any nefarious things going on?"
Well, it has nothing to do with LeBron.
That's
Our
what he said.
agents have restrictions? No.
I have no idea.
I think agents have restrictions.
Isn't he his agent?
I'm going to have to text my agent.
Is he his agent?
text my agent and be like, "Can you bet?"
That's a great text. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I don't know if I'm not a client no more. You think he respond?
No.
He's like,
He's from New York.
He's probably thinking that
you know,
something.
Let's see. I'm gonna go live.
Is he not LeBron's agent? No.
I don't know if Maverick Carter is LeBron's agent. I think it's his business partner.
Mike, is Maverick Carter LeBron's agent? Who's his agent?
Rich Paul, isn't it?
I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
Maverick
right.
is his business partner.
Yeah. Okay, so then what would be illegal then?
That's why when a reporter asked him, he was like, "Is this some sort of I got you moment?" Or he was like, "I don't know what that man do." Like,
I mean,
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Mike, look, he
He
be right
revert
back.
to you. Look at that.
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. He's on top of things.
So
huh?
no, they're not allowed to bet. We're gonna take it that way.
Yeah.
you know, in talking about the Cavs, you know, it's kind of funny. Like, we do this in Cleveland a lot. I can't say that Donovan Mitchell is the reason they're losing games. Like, I mean, he's obviously like one of the best players in the league. Like, you know, he scores. He's a scorer. That's what he's supposed to do.
But is he a number one on a championship team? Isn't that crazy to think this right now? Can you win a championship with him as the number one?
You know what? That question is a loaded question for me. Like, I never really liked that question.
is the one that said it.
I don't like. What does that really mean?
Who has won a championship with a small guard as their best player? The Warriors.
Yeah.
The Pistons. That's about it, right?
All right. Well, listen.
Allen Iverson.
Do you think Tony Parker at one point in his career was better than Tim Duncan when he was declining?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't
Was
think so.
Tony Parker better than Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
When they beat us in 2007 or whatever that was, I thought he was.
As Tim Duncan declines, I thought Tony Parker could have been the best player
Tony
in that
Parker,
team.
when he beat the Cavs for that championship, he was the best player on the floor. He was single-handedly beat. We could not stop it. He went to the holding and just kept. Whoop, whoop.
Now, someone would say, I mean, Jimmy Butler is a smaller guard?
No, he's not.
No.
How tall is Jimmy
like
Butler?
6'7".
Jimmy Butler's not 6'7".
Well, you know what? This is the thing about today. You can just look it right
just
up.
Google.
Give me 2 seconds.
Man, I got on the food early and now it's all gone. You didn't get anything, G. Bush.
Oh, no, I didn't get nothing. Nothing.
I don't know if there's anything left.
Jimmy Butler is 6'7".
6'7".
Jimmy Butler is 6'7". Hey, McNuggets, how tall is Jimmy Butler really? There you go. 6'5".
Yeah, how tall is Donovan Mitchell?
How does he know?
6'2".
Donovan Mitchell's 6'2". That's a big difference.
No, I thought he was 6'1".
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, who wants to tag in? Jason, you haven't been on in a while, or Earl, you want to get on?
Look at him.
Jason just done
Jason was like, I got some skin in the game right now, fellas. Now leave me be. All right, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Since we are in a place of betting,
I knew I shouldn't have cut him.
What is the most money you've ever wagered in your life?
Me, $20.
No. We didn't get to you yet. What's the most money you wagered?
$20. Woo!
When I was a big gambler, I was in my late teens, early 20s, so I didn't have a lot of money. Otherwise, I would have been a lot of money.
Better get his
I
pads
think
down.
I'm not sure. It's been so long. I'm going to say I've once bet about $1,000, which I did not have to lose.
Yeah, like that's the part. Like,
I'll tell you the story.
Tell me you would, then.
Well, here's what happened. So back in, this was probably 1989, 1990, something like that. Like you were betting with a bookie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you were doing. And
how does that really work? Because
I didn't do it very long, and I had a friend that was connected to the bookie, so I'd make the bet with my friend, and then he'd bet with the bookie. So I didn't bet directly with the bookie. But I remember, I might not have every detail correct, but if I remember correctly, I was down for the week about $1,000 roughly. And the Saints were playing the 49ers. I think it was Sunday Night Football. I think. Could have been Monday. It was a night game. I know that. And the Niners are winning by, I want to say 4 points. And it was a 3.5 point spread. So I had it. But the Saints were driving down the field. The quarterback at the time was Bobby A. Bear. Remember him?
Wow, for the Saints.
And it came down to a final play. It was like a 4th and goal at the 5-yard line for the Saints. And I knew they wouldn't kick a field goal because they were down 4. And Bobby A. Bear drops back to pass. He's got all kinds of stuff. He scores a touchdown. I owe $2,000. I do not have $2,000. I'm going to have to talk to my mom and get the money. It's going to be a disaster. So I remember Bobby A. Bear drops back to pass. He was a lefty. And he's dropping back, and he's got all kinds. In my memory, he's got all kinds of time. And I remember getting on my knees. I'm like, please don't let him throw this touchdown. I'm sweating. I'm like, and it got knocked away. It might have even been like Ronnie Lott that knocked it away or something. And I start screaming, yeah! And I broke even, so I won $1,000. But man,
after that, you was like, I ain't never doing this again.
No, I didn't. If you're going to gamble, it's fun. Everybody should have the right to gamble. Tyvus is doing it the right way. He never bets more than he can afford to lose.
$10.
That's the smart way to do it.
The absolute $10.
I was playing above my means. You should never play above your means. Your means is wherever it is. If you're super rich, you can bet a lot. If you're whatever, you don't want to go crazy.
I have a fan question that I know, Bull, this is one you've been salivating for.
Okay.
Evan 419.
Evan 419. Evan.
Bull, this is free. I mean, you guys can all answer, but
yeah. What town are you from, Evan?
Norwalk, just south of Jay's hometown.
Okay. All right.
So, cage match.
Yes.
Daryl Ryder, Tony Grossi.
Ooh.
I'd be rooting hard for Daryl.
But given his framework.
Tony's been around a while.
Tony's old, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
I think Tony would have.
I guess I'd have to go. I'd have to go with Tony. But that pains me because I really want Daryl to kick his ass.
Right?
Is biting allowed?
What is wrong with you?
Give me another. You got another matchup? Give me another one. This is tough putting you on the spot.
Lima and Goldhammer.
Oh, Lima easy.
All right, I just wanted to put the names out there.
Lima easy. And people hate on Goldhammer, and we worked for competing stations. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I know him.
He's a nice guy.
Absolutely, yep.
But Lima would kick his ass.
But I want to.
Yeah.
I would like to see them. I would like to see them. I would like to see them debate.
God. You talking about Eddie Goldhammer? Aaron Goldhammer.
It's Eddie. I just forgot Eddie's last name. It's Eddie's last name.
Everhart.
Not Eddie. You talking about Emmett, not Eddie.
Emmett.
Emmett Golden.
Yeah, Emmett.
Emmett Golden. Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Who laughs more, Tyvus or Emmett?
Ooh.
I'll be honest. I haven't listened to Emmett enough to know.
They laugh a lot.
Tyvus is a big laugher, but I like Tyvus.
They laugh a lot.
Emmett laughs more. Tyvus is more real.
I think Emmett keeps it real.
I don't hate Emmett.
His real. You think his laugh is it's like a kind of phony laugh?
I've never listened to him. I
Time
gotta
filler, a little
listen to
bit
him.
of a time filler.
Okay.
I don't know.
He was the one
All
that
right.
said that.
Shout out
me
to
and
him.
sound
All right, you
alike.
got another one?
Yeah, non-UCSS personalities.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. Who are you taking your top 5?
Non-UCSS?
Yeah, like 92, down the dial, up the dial.
Okay, so here's who I'm considering. I'm considering Dustin.
Yup.
I'm considering Keith Britton.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Gerard Cherry.
Ken
is a
he's
large
size,
human being.
Right. You got one more.
Nick Wilson.
He's big too. I like that.
Is there anybody we're leaving out? I mean, Lima's feisty and in good shape.
Gibbs used to be big too.
Yeah, no.
Can I make a Rizzo joke or?
Well, you should have just came with plenty of
forgiveness. He has plenty of beating up experience. Ooh, did I cross the line? I probably did. I don't approve of what he did. He's not a good person. I don't know him personally, but he seems like not a good person. Thank you for that. Okay, so who gets the number 1 spot? Dude, Keith Britton is jacked.
Yeah. Keith just hooked me up. I just did an interview with Chicago's fan, 670.
Yeah, the score.
Yeah. I just did an interview on Nathan. Keith hit me up and asked me to do it for him. So it was a good time.
All right, so who we put number 1? Keith, Ken,
Keith,
Dustin,
Nick Wilson.
Nick, or who's the 5th person? Keith, Dustin, Ken, Nick, and who did we forget about? Oh, and Gerard Cherry.
Yeah.
Right, Gerard and Dustin played in the NFL. but they've both been retired a while now.
Gerard's in good shape though. He still lifts.
Dude, Dustin can dunk still.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
That's impressive.
And he's like 40 now.
Yeah, like that's kind of crazy.
I think I'd probably take Keith number 1.
Yeah, he's in shape.
Nick and Ken got the size, but you could wear him like, if you're athletic, you could probably wear him down.
Yeah,
I'm taking Keith in the top spot, man. That guy he works out every day.
He looks like it.
Right. Yeah, he's pretty huge.
Yeah,
Keith looks like a guy that, for the most part, he is very level-headed. But if you test him and try him, he will snap, and it'll be the worst decision you ever made in your life.
By the way, Dustin has never had a fight in his life, like a real fight, which I was shocked when he told me that.
Yeah, well, why would he?
Do you know how many fights I had when I was a kid?
I mean, from New York, bro. And you talk reckless a lot.
You do talk reckless.
We're Bulls reckless today.
Dude, I had so many fights growing up. That was just like what you did.
Like,
did you win them all?
I won them all but one. Tommy Santora kicked my ass, man. He knew how to box. It was funny is he was half my size. I was way bigger than him, but he knew how to box.
You thought that you had.
Oh, he had them hands.
He was just jabbing me in the face. I couldn't get my hands on him. Because when I would fight back in those days, I would get you down on the ground.
It's over. He can't go to the ground and go to the mat on you.
And obviously, I was a big kid. I was in much better shape than I am now.
Yeah.
And I kicked some ass back in the day. But now I wouldn't fight at all. But Tommy Santora, man, wherever he is, shout out to him. Hopefully he's still alive.
Right.
He and his brother Anthony, they were good friends of mine. But I don't remember what happened, but we were on a concrete. We were playing softball on the concrete schoolyard, and he just was jabbing me in the face. I couldn't get my hands on him. He beat the crap out of me.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've been.
Did you have a lot of fights?
No, I've been in some brawls where my friends got in fights.
Oh yeah.
There's a story about a guy who we was at OU, and I used to wear these extravagant outfits.
Yeah.
Like, so I used to be like crazy. Like, so I had this hot pink silky button up on. It was like silk. And it was different colors of pink with these pink aviators on. And I was walking.
Was this in high school?
No, it's college. I was just walking. This college, right? And I was sitting there eating this gyro, right? And I was eating it, and all of a sudden, a conversion fan pulls up.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard this story.
Yeah, it pulls up, and it was a conversion van with how the conversion vans had the murals on the back, and it'd be having like a wolf howling at the moon.
Yeah,
he'd be like, "Dang, that's on your van, bro. That's crazy."
Yeah.
They pulled up and just jumped out like a Dave Chappelle skit. Like it was like, "Yeah, we challenged your team to a duel," and I'm like, "These guys got to be playing, bro." So he comes out, right? He picks up this half-eaten gyro that some drunk person left, and I'm sitting there eating my sandwich, and he just wipes this gyro down the front of my silky button.
Oh my God!
Slowly.
Oh, it would have been
down my chest.
Out of pure reaction.
Oh, did you know this guy?
No. It was like he
just came out of nowhere and decided he was gonna F with you.
What is 4 dudes?
What is his ethnicity?
He looked just like a mix between Ken Carman and Nick Wilson. But it was their older uncle, right? And so basically, I didn't have to fight because I was around like a bunch of you be like, I'm not a fighter, but all the rest of these goons, they've been trying to fight all week. Right? They've been trying to get a fight all night. So my one guy, he comes over and punches the guy. So he punches him, knocks him out. The guy falls underneath the curb, underneath the conversion van. Oh. And his arm is hanging out like Family Guy. Like the arm is, his arm is out. Like, and I'm looking at it type. It's like, and then they over there moving. Dude ain't moving.
So none of his people jumped.
One punch. He got knocked out. One punch.
His dude. We all looked and was like, "Hey man, this dude not moving right now." So now your life is racing before your mind. They trying to wake you up.
I would have bounced.
What happened?
I would have bounced.
By that time, my man had the car. Get in.
Yeah.
His boys was like excited right after. They saw the leader down. Megatron was done.
They were done.
Put him in Astro Train. Like, hey, you gotta get out of there.
They lost all their will to fight him.
That was it. It was. But I thought for about 6 months, I was like, man, I hope this gonna come back because I didn't know if that kid was. He was down for like 3 minutes, not moving.
Now here's the important question: were you ever able to get that shirt clean?
No, it was done. I had to retire.
That's the important question.
I had to retire.
Not if he died.
I was so flamboyant back then.
He deserved to get his ass kicked for that. Did you ever have a fight, Tyvus?
Yeah, but I haven't gotten into a fight since I was in like grade school. Like,
yeah,
I'm talking like 5th grade, maybe. 5th, 4th,
Man, I got
grade.
some good fight stories. First of all, I'll never forget this dude, James McGee. He was the biggest kid in my high school.
We had a running back named James McGee from California. He's a JUCO. But go
Dude,
ahead.
this guy was like, in high school, he was like 6'6", 350. I mean, and he was muscles. Huge dude. And he got to a fight with this kid, Greg Cohen, who was a kid I knew, who was a little weasel, but he drove everybody crazy. Everybody kicked his ass at least once. And James McGee did what this guy did to this guy.
One punch.
One punch. I thought he was dead. He went. He
was scared. Like,
oh my
I'm
God!
gonna tell you right now, if you ever witness somebody get knocked out, like it'll make you really not want to fight no more.
Oh no!
Like,
because
it look like it hurt.
It immediately goes to your soul. Your soul is uncomfortable. Like, man, that's a human. He not talking right now.
Dude, we were one time. I think I've told the story before. I don't remember. We were. I was with 3 friends, right? And we were at a White Castle. Wow, remember White Castle?
Yes. Harold and Kumar there?
Man.
And it's like midnight. The place is packed. Okay, and me and one of the guys I was with, I don't even remember what caused it, but me and one of my friends start getting into a fight. He wasn't really a friend of mine. He was like a friend of a friend.
You just was looking for trouble.
I start pounding him. He's trying to
pause.
And listen, that was applause. So we're in this White Castle. There must be 50 people in there. Me and the 3 other guys I was with were the only white people in there. And I'll never forget this. I hear this older black woman. She's like standing back, and I hear this as I'm kicking ass. She's like, "Look at these crazy white boys." And I just started to laugh. And that was the end of the fight.
Hey, look at these guys over there taking their school pictures.
Look at these crazy white.
She was like this little old lady. I was like, what is she doing out so late?
All right.
Oh, my God.
McNuggets, when the last time you got into a physical altercation?
I bet he's never had a fight in his life. Oh, you got into a fight in college?
Yeah, it was.
No.
It's literally
okay, so it
like
was my you in 6th grade?
5th.
Well, yeah, but you were playing football, so you were in a physical altercation every time.
That is true. That's very true. I tell you what, when I was a junior in high school, I saw red. I was ready to kill one of my teammates.
Really? Who?
Your old teammate?
Yeah.
Well,
and it was.
Let me tell my story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got to try to figure out this audio. So, my senior year of college, New Year's Eve party, and my boy Goody, who lived in this house, which we were all at, met some guys at the pizza shop next door. Was like, "Yo, come on over." Never a good idea.
No, that's bad.
They said they had girls. They didn't have girls. They come over. There's like 6 dudes.
Don't you hate that?
And my guy Afro Pat was like, "I don't know y'all. It's
Your
my
guy's
house."
name is Afro Pat.
Can you guess why we call him Afro Pat?
He was a white guy with an afro.
Large black guy with an afro. But yes.
Well, why would you call a guy who's black Afro Pat?
He was
Like,
just
it's
Afro
not
Pat.
unusual for a black guy to have an afro.
He just
It's
was
unusual for a white guy to have like
he was just
Afro
he's from
man.
Connecticut. He was just Afro Pat.
Yeah.
So Afro Pat, you did not want to mess with.
Yeah.
Afro Pat was always the one who wanted to get in a fight.
Yeah.
He played basketball and soccer at Emerson, phenomenal athlete. And he was like, "Yo, y'all can't be in this house. Y'all got to get out." And they're like, "No. I know the guy who lives here." And he's like, "I'm the guy who lives here.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get out." And one of them pushed him, and next thing you know, I'm just standing there.
Yeah.
I turn around, and I see Pat swinging at somebody.
So it's a brawl.
And I see someone try swinging at me, so I did a little duck and weave, hit a nice little 1-2, and eventually
2-piece and a biscuit.
a 2-piece McNugget. I hit him with a 2-piece McNugget. I got hit in the back of the head. I threw a couple more punches, so it was a nice little. Yeah, it wasn't like a one-on-one fight.
That sounds like the bar scene in The Replacement.
Not here. I get Afro Pat. Oh,
He was Clifford Franklin.
Two things. Real quick. Darren said he wants to call in, so I may give Darren a link if you want to talk to Darren.
Oh, yeah.
And secondly,
Yeah.
I've never seen The Replacement, so
Clifford
What?
Franklin. You never seen The Replacements, the football movie?
How could you have not?
You don't know.
That is a massive failure on your part,
You don't
Mikey.
know who Shane Falco is?
Shane Falco.
By
You
the
never heard
way,
of Shane Falco?
No, I needed the hold on.
What about all white people?
You said something while is it better dead?
Keanu Reeves.
I gotta fix stuff.
All right.
I gotta fix stuff.
Earl,
by
how
the
many
way,
fights have you had, Earl?
Oh, listen.
That mic on that doesn't work. You got to take. Yeah.
I've had my share. I'm a physical altercation type of person.
Yeah, me too. But not anymore.
No,
you can't be doing that
I
anymore.
still am. I still am.
You can't do that.
Listen, I still am.
I tell you what, man. No lie. Every year I get a birthday cake, right?
Yeah.
And every year I wish for the same thing. I wish somebody would, and I blow my candles out.
Wait, would have a fight with you?
I wish somebody would.
Why do you want to have a fight?
I just wish
They got a lot
would.
of they got a lot of frustration pent up. Bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I do what I have to do to try to like in all seriousness though, to kind of like keep my aggression and my temper
Yeah,
but
like
see,
it's
chattel.
hard. I can get angry too. But
I'm actually afraid of myself
I
getting
am
into
too.
a fight because
yeah,
I'm fighting to kill.
I'll
Like,
tell you,
it's gonna be hard to get me to stop.
in all
That's why I don't
seriousness,
even really want to do it.
I had a fight once where I did almost kill somebody.
See, I'm sorry.
G-like,
what happened?
G-like, what's going on?
Like when you talk about blacking out, like that's probably what I'm gonna do.
I beat the crap out of a guy who.
That's why I try everything. For me though,
Yeah.
that's the last resort. Like I try to
You shouldn't
de-escalate
want
the
to fight. I'm
situation.
too old
I'm
for
the
this.
same
I
way,
get
though.
my ass kicked now. I'm in terrible shape.
I'm the same way. My thing is this, man. I'm a nice dude. I'm a respectable dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I try to treat people with the way I want to be treated. But the moment I feel disrespected or you disrespect me, we got a problem. And but I do things to help myself, right? Because people gonna be people. So we have people that say mean things in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't read it no more because I'm the type of person.
Yeah.
I need you to drop
You're
your
gonna want to
location.
fight all those people.
I drop
You
your
got-
location,
Yeah.
and then I need you to say it to my face.
You
I
know
need
what the
you to
thing
have
is?
that same energy in my face.
You know what the bottom line is, and we've been talking about fights, and I had a million fights when I was younger, but nothing good comes out of that.
That's true.
No.
If you get into a fight with somebody because they say something on Twitter or on the chat, there's nothing good's gonna happen to you out of that.
No.
In all seriousness, though,
Yeah.
I really do what I have to do to try to keep my temper tame.
It's
I have
hard.
a lot to lose. I done worked my ass off to
Yeah.
get to this point.
Right,
in
you don't
my
want to
life
lose that.
and my career.
Right.
And I want to be a good example for my kids on
That's
how to kind of
right.
de-escalate
Yeah.
situations.
And by the way, I suggest this. This is.
But I come up short. I'm just being authentic.
This is
I
a
come
much
up short.
This is a much better alternative. The alternative is fighting. Is like, okay, what if I do something to this person? Maybe he doesn't wake up if we throw him fists or something. I get in trouble. The better option is just going the less crazy way. Just mace him. When you mace somebody, it is more demoralizing for a grown man
It's a cop-out.
who is rolling on the ground, who
He's
cannot,
right.
and then you can talk to him. See, I wouldn't even have done this to you
But
if you wasn't doing all that. Let me get you a little bit more.
We should not encourage people to fight. You should always try to stay away from
Stay away from that and just go.
And
with
I had a
pepper
million
spray.
fights when I was a kid and into my early 20s. And, it's not good. It's not. And we don't want to be bad examples for our kids.
No.
Right?
No, we don't
Exactly,
want to do that.
so.
We don't want. We like to chill.
It's a lie.
By the way, the Cavs up right now, down 7. They cut
They
it to
made a
5.
little run here.
Made a little run.
Let's go ahead.
No, it's not.
And
'Cause I
one.
told you, Jayson
Oh,
Tatum ain't
wow.
gonna do it. What's the odds, boy, that I hit this parlay?
What is it? My eyes can't see that. Wait. Now I can. All right. Donovan. Oh, what do you
good?
need
We
still?
good? We good?
You need Jared Allen under 12.5 points. What does he got right now?
4. That's gonna hit. He's not
So the green means you got it already?
No, green means that I have to.
That is a horrible call.
Oh.
The red means it has to be.
So which one are you furthest away right now?
Probably Jayson Tatum point.
Oh, Jayson Tatum points you're furthest away? He needs 35.5?
No, he needs 27 points.
Oh, what does he got right now?
15.
I bet you he gets it.
No, he ain't.
You don't think so?
Nope. Because they're gonna end up going up and they're gonna pull them out.
But they're only up 7 right now.
That's a foul.
I don't know. We'll see what happens here.
You know, this is a free bet, by the way. This is a free $10
Oh, so you got nothing to lose.
Yeah. They got everything to gain and nothing to lose.
All right, I'm going to take a break. Anybody want to come in? Yeah, Jason hasn't been on in forever. Here, Anthony.
He just left.
Jason.
He's gone.
It's your time. Yeah, it's your time.
Am I supposed to? What?
I mean, gee, you can stay for. Oh man,
Look, right.
Bull's ears are warm. All right, so how's the game been going? Because I've been running around switching out batteries for the cameras and whatnot.
I keep glancing at it. You know, nothing.
I can give us an update from my friends that are in the Monsters game right now. We are up 4-0 for the Monsters.
Oh, listen, we're routing. Obviously, it's because we're here.
Yeah, no, I mean, at least they're putting on a show that we can't see right now. But
Right.
they're putting it on.
You know, here's what I'm gonna ask you, Tyvis. You was impersonating me the other day, right?
How did I do? What you?
It was crazy. It was crazy. You did exactly. I'm like, damn. I didn't want to laugh because my throat was killing me, but it was dead on. But I'm kind of confused here, and I've been trying to figure out. I don't understand why people need to see Imani Bates in the G League. Why is the man not playing?
Because they say that he doesn't fit with the offense that the Cavs is running.
I don't see an offense.
I agree with you. He does exactly what they do. He's an ISO player.
I don't know.
You can only have so many ISO players, though. Also, it is a 4-point game now.
It
With
is.
a minute and 8 seconds left.
Nope, 6.
Well, there you go.
All right, well,
Let's go ahead and tip that in. My thing is, if this is what you've been wanting to do, right? This is the game plan that you've been trying to get your money off with. And you got guys
Dean Wade.
Boy, I tell you, that guy continues to play. And that's my thing. If you got guys like Dean Wade playing, you got guys like Isaac Okoro who give you nothing offensively. I don't understand with this whole thing. We're going to keep him back. And why is Craig Porter Jr. not playing?
I know they're on two-way contracts, but you would have to ask Mikey how that works better than I would.
Good job, Yang.
Oh, hey, look, Dean Wade's already halfway down the court. Great rebound position.
It's just it's so tough. It baffles me because as you watch these highlights, and here's the thing.
LeVert currently has 22 points off the bench. Mitchell's got 27 leading. Nobody else has scored even close to 10.
Give him the Kool-Aid Mafia joint. Give him the flag. He got to wave. You got to represent the flag, though. You got to represent it with hot. Thank you. You got to rep with that heart. There it is. You know what it is.
He said, give him
the flag. You don't want none of that other stuff. We about to get it together. Yes, sir.
Oh, look at my boy.
Yeah.
Push.
Who's that?
That'll be Garland's 11th point right there.
Okay. Let's get it going.
He only got 11 points.
I just gave you the rundown here. We got Dean Wade with 5. Allen with 4 points, 6 rebounds in 30 minutes.
Oh, boy.
Garland's got 11 now. You got
That's
Mitchell with 27.
He's contender.
Strus has
trade him, huh? Most trade value, huh?
Strus has 5 points tonight. He's been cold. You've got Niang with 4, Okoro with 7, and LeVert 22 off the bench. Thomas 22 off the bench, or 22.
I need Jayson Tatum to come in and grab.
Can't read.
I need him to grab 5 boards and hit 12 points.
When you see, Anthony, when you start rattling off them 4s and 5s, and I'm seeing Imani Bates pull up from half court.
He pulled it up from half court?
He pulled it up from half court now. He didn't extend it. He got the extendo. But like it gets you a little bit, especially when you're not playing that well and you're not doing your thing.
They can't hold it. They can't hold him back that long.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna get their money off at the end of the season.
But that's nobody want to do that though.
At this point, right?
You need.
You have stuff to lose. You're not that down. But if you take somebody who's getting streaky, does it ignite the rest of the team? What's the worst that could happen?
Thank you.
I'm with you, G.
It's like
now, I'd have to ask Mikey over there.
That was weeks ago. That play.
Mike, has Bates has played in the NBA, right? He's come up. Like, how did he do? Didn't he have like 4 points, 5 points?
Played all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, G, go get some food. We had some food.
What
I don't know
food?
if there was some when you got here. What are some of these stickers, by the way? I have not gotten to look through my pack.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is one of my favorite movies. Minecraft, one of my favorite games. I'll take that.
That's from Coming to America, Pulp Fiction. SpongeBob.
What's up, guys? What up?
It's unfortunate that he just got traded. Released, cut, whatever. But, hey, what's up, Mike? How
Well,
you
we
doing?
have a 3-point game here headed into the fourth quarter. I know this is a live Cavs watch party, and we have talked very little Cavs, but I can assure you with the utmost certainty that these next 20, 30 minutes will be heavy Cavs. Yeah, that is the Nick Chubb playoff, the Pornhub, Tyvis. Congrats.
Well, that exists.
Congrats. Yep. I've seen shirts like that at the gym.
Can we get alt and then the Clee Sports in the orange? I don't want to make that and get in trouble.
Look, as soon as G. Bush gets off, man, the people come flock and find G. Bush. He is the most popular man in Cleveland, I swear.
No, it's McNuggets.
All right, we are starting the fourth quarter.
true.
Jayson Tatum. And Jayson Tatum's stupid good, bro.
Did he just score?
Oh, my little tough fadeaway.
Good. I need
It's 28-0, by the way. 28-0. The Raiders just took the lead.
They trying to get that coach fired.
Yeah, Brandon Staley gone. He ain't making the trip back.
Yeah, they trying to get that
Let me pull the box score back up here for this Cavs game.
Here comes Darius Garland running a little pick and roll with
Listen,
Dean Wade.
If Jayson Tatum scores 10 more points and grabs 5 more rebounds, be very happy for him.
Someone has a
Why would you be
parlay.
happy?
Someone has a
I got
parlay.
a parlay. I got a free bet parlay.
Oh, those are the best.
Here's Tatum, top of the key on Mitchell. Let's see
Pull
if
it.
Mitchell gives a little effort.
Pull it.
He's going to shoot that.
There
Yep.
it is. Cash.
He hits it. Well, here's the thing with this is basketball in general. It's a game of momentum, a game of swings. You go from being a 3-point game to an 8-point game in 2 possessions, a bad shot and a turnover from the Cavs. Tatum with back-to-back buckets. Jayson Tatum is the kind of guy here for the Boston Celtics that the Cleveland Cavaliers just don't have an answer for defensively. They don't have a wing with the size. Granted, real quick,
Isaac Okoro.
but he's 4 inches shorter than Jayson Tatum. Like Jayson Tatum's a 6'8", 6'9" dude with long arms who could shoot over defenders. Okoro, even at his best, Tatum swings it to Drew Holiday. Miss, offensive rebound. Nope. Donovan Mitchell comes down with it. Garland in transition. Oh, that's just bad transition. Oh, my goodness.
Why did he just?
That was too nonchalant. Are you?
Yeah, why was he cruising
DG,
like that?
DG, what are you doing? And look, you go from a block on that. JB got to call a timeout. JB got to call a timeout. You got to talk this over.
Oh man.
And JB's not going to call. He's going to let the guys play it out. This has gone from a 3-point game to a 9-point game in a matter of seconds. And the Boston Garden crowd, you can even hear it just from the audio around us. This is. Oh, Dean Wade drives, kicks. LeVert. Shot clock's running down. LeVert. Let's get out of hand quick. It's a game of runs, but let's get out of hand quick. And Tatum's going to go ISO on Dean Wade. That's a bad matchup for Cleveland. Tatum, watch a little step back here.
He's not going to score.
He's going to score.
No,
the Monsters
Sidestep
just scored
3.
again.
Oh, I see.
Misses it.
He ain't gonna do
Ty called it, but Drew Holiday out hustles. Puts up the 3, misses again. Cavs with the rebound. And Peyton Pritchard gets called for the foul. The Monsters have scored behind us, Bull. You hear that noise?
Yeah,
5-0.
It is 5-0.
Hey, we told you on the show today. I picked the Raiders to win. Let's go. We told you on the show today, guys. Who the Monsters playing?
Oh, maybe. Hold on. I'll get the info.
Oh, that is just that's what I would do to Tyvis when Tyvis comes and plays on Tuesday nights. Tyvis would go in for a layup. I pin that, off the backboard.
He can't even jump. What are you talking about?
I did tell Evan that his question should have been, how would Tyvis do in a one-on-one versus Mikey on the court?
That'd be a good matchup. Tyvis got the size, but
man,
Cavs need a bucket.
I feel like
and Jared Allen makes the alley-oop.
That go? Oh man,
it did go in. Yeah, it's a big. Hey.
This is a bad time to tell you guys I have terrible eyesight.
Well, we got to get Jason in here for the end of the basketball stuff. So at any point, if someone wants to sub out, bring Jason in.
Ty, are you going out or you want me out?
Nah, Jason can come.
All right.
Have I been the longest one in here since?
I don't know, actually.
It don't matter. We'll get Earl in here in a little bit, but let's bring in Jason Lloyd, our basketball expert, as the Celtics get a backdoor cut for a dunk.
Oh man, Earl is standing right where I cannot see the TV.
Earl's in the way. It's okay. You can look at that TV or that TV.
Okay, I can. Yeah.
Can we just say, like, we hit the jackpot higher on Earl for the record. We hit the jackpot. He's a good dude.
Oh,
a good
100%.
dude. Mitchell going one-on-one on Tatum. Oh, little Euro. Oh, that's a nice move.
You got a future in play-by-play?
I did it in college. I haven't done it in forever, but I was saying earlier, Jason Mitchell, he's not a tier 1 star.
No, he's not.
But he has an uncanny ability to get to certain spots on the court that people of his size should not be able to get to with the ease he does. And that little Euro step around Tatum, he's giving up 6 inches on Tatum. And to create enough space to get a pretty good look at the paint like that, he has special tier 1 skills, but the whole package isn't what tier 1 superstar.
He is a very good number 2 on a championship level team.
I agree with that.
I don't know that he's a number 1 on the championship team. I mean, the Cavs paid for a number 1, obviously, in what they gave up. I just don't know that he's a number because of the size and everything. And I don't know that he's a number 1, but he's a really, really good number 2.
I mean, he's a top 15, 20 player in the league.
Yeah.
He's the top 50. Like, it feels nitpicky to say as the Celtics have a fast break here and get called for the foul.
He's not Giannis.
No.
He's not LeBron in his prime.
No.
He's not at that level.
But
he's a really good player. He's a really, really good player.
When I say tier 1, I'm talking about guys who, if he's on your team, you're in the championship conversation by themselves.
Every year, yep.
Giannis, LeBron,
Jokic.
Steph, Jokic. I even think, excuse me, that was disgusting. There's no cough button. I think Luke is in that conversation now, too. And he hasn't proven it yet, but I think he's that good. Durant is in that conversation. There's like 7, 8 guys tops.
Yeah.
And then you're in that next tier of the really good guys who could get there at one point. And that's like
I think that's fair.
SGAs, the Mitchells, guys who, if everything's perfect, they could be that number 1, but I just don't think they're putting a team on their back by themselves.
Right.
And listen, Mitchell's had some great playoff success. He's also bowed out in the first round in each of the last 2 appearances he's had. So it's been a long time since we've seen that duel with Jamal Murray in the playoffs in the bubble.
It's a big year for him. This is a really important year for him. And that's the thing. That's the thing that we don't really talk about or never gets discussed is if the Cavs, if they get bounced in the first round again or something goes sideways, that's not on Darius and Evan. No one's going to be looking at Darius and Evan and saying you're not big-time players. This is Donovan. This is Donovan's reputation. This is Donovan's legacy. So that's why there's so much pressure on him right now.
That was pretty by Darius Garland. Jason, I mentioned this on Behind the Glass, and I'm curious what you think. We said this, I would say, 3-4 weeks ago. And if you look at the numbers, the Mitchell-Garland backcourt, their offensive rating's good, their net rating's good. Like, the Cavs have been a good team when those two have shared the court together. But it still seems, and I watch, I think I know a little bit of what I'm talking about. There just seems to be another level they can get to. And I'm curious if it's a weird position for all of their star players to sacrifice for the betterment of the team because none of them are at the point where they're fully established. You have Mitchell, who still wants to be a first-team All-NBA guy. He doesn't want to give up 2 or 3 extra shots to let Mobley get a little more comfortable. Garland has the biggest contract they've ever given out.
Yep.
In his mind, why should he be the one sacrificing shots? LeVert's trying to make money as a 6th Man of the Year candidate. You got Max Strus, who they just signed to bring in. So it just seems like, I'm not saying this is a selfish team, but they all have some maybe underlying agendas they're trying to fulfill, which is holding back them from becoming that full cohesive offensive unit.
Well, I think I would go this way with it, and I think we talked about this on the show a little bit last year. For this team to get where they need to go, I believe Evan Mobley has to be the number 1 on this team. He has to be the number 1 option. He has to be into that group that we were just talking about. He's obviously not there yet. He needs to grow into that type of role as the number 1. The weird thing with where the Cavs are is they're trying to win right now with a young player who usually when you take a guy 3rd, you've got a long runway of 3 or 4 years
at least
to let him grow into it and become the number 1 option. And Evan was dropped into a team that immediately was trying to win right away. So it sort of stunts his growth a little bit. It does. Like it stunts some of the development because you're not so obsessed with getting him touches in certain spots. You're obsessed with winning games. So now the flip side of that, the good side of that is a lot of times with these top players, you only have a 2 or 3 year window to really win at a high level because you wasted the first 3 or 4 years of development. Whereas with Mobley, right away, like, if you're assuming he's going to sign his rookie extension, you got like 6-7 years with the guy where you should be in the championship type contention window or at least a playoff type window. So there's give and take, there's good and bad with it. But the Cavs have not fully developed Mobley at the expense of trying to win games, and I can't fault them for that. Like when you made the Donovan trade, you went all in.
Yeah.
And your main goal immediately was to try and win a championship. and development of some of these other pieces has to take a back seat to that.
And I know you are a Cavs watcher in your own right.
I do.
Maybe
I
not.
dabble.
Maybe not to the extent of some other people on the show. But
I
you
don't
definitely-
write for the Athletic.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
listen, Jason's been
I don't
dropping.
know if you're going to put me next to follow that up.
Well, and one of the things, by the way, if you're not here, and shout out to everyone who's still here and hanging out with us, Jason has been dropping nuggets to the random folk left and right. I've heard Jason give away some of the stuff that he's texted me on the side when we're having our back and forth conversations.
That's right.
That's like the Athletic plus.
That's right.
Like you have to subscribe to the double Athletic to get the premium Jason nuggets.
The
But
Athletic is $1 a month for a year right now. By the way.
the Athletic plus. You just Venmo me $10, and
then we
I'll
tell
send you all
Jason.
the scoops that Jason
Yeah,
and I text back and
so
forth.
the people
with.
around here today are leaving much more knowledgeable than when they arrived.
And it's funny when we talked, and as the Cavs come back, they're down 8 with is that 8:28 left to play as Mitchell shoots 2 free throws. 6:28.
I could not tell if that was a 6 or an 8.
You just said you had bad eyesight, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
believe
you
you as we're
don't
looking
need
at
to
a
believe
TV
me.
across the room here. I'll see. It said 6:28.
Oh, I
Anthony
was
nailed
right.
it. So about halfway through the fourth quarter. But Jason, as we come down the stretch here, do you think JB's figured out who the Cavs' closing 5 is, or is that still a work in progress?
I honestly think it's still a work in progress because I just looked it up the other day. I think they still only had 11 games fully healthy with their full starting lineup. And so I don't know how you can draw any sort of broad conclusions about this team when they've had as many injuries as they've had. And if you look at the metrics, if you want to look at advanced numbers and net rating and all that, most of their best lineups are Mobley at center and 4 shooters around him. Now,
and the eye test doubles down on that, by the way.
yeah. Now, Darius has not played well for most of this year. He's struggled with turnovers at times. He's struggled with the shot. He's fought some injuries, which is always the thing with Darius. He's always fighting injuries. And so, I mean, honestly, if you want to go by strictly the data, Darius hasn't really been a part of some of their best lineups. Now, obviously you expect that to change if he stays healthy. If this team can get healthy and go on a little bit of a roll, you would think that would be different. But right now, their best lineups are Mobley and 4 shooters around him because that's the way the game's played today. Like, it's not played with all these a defensive guy at center and Jared Allen, defensive guy on the wing and Isaac Okoro. The game is played with shooting. So,
I'm just sliding over.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, we lost the battery. Anthony's changing the battery. So thank you to Anthony for being the Mr. Adaptable. And make sure we just check that
Hey,
other camera.
you guys have done a great job tonight on this thing.
Thank you,
You guys have killed it. This is something that we've been talking about doing for quite a while, sort of going on location and doing the shoot. Weren't sure logistically if we could pull it off with equipment and everything. And by we, I mean you. I have nothing to do with this. I showed up with a drink and sat down. So I have nothing to do with any of this. But, I mean, huge shout out to Steve back at the studio and Earl and Ant and Mike. Both Steves for negotiating this and pulling this off. And I mean, you guys knocked it out. This has been great. I wasn't sure what to expect walking in here. It was a great crowd, a lot of energy tonight.
Yeah.
This place is packed. And we've had a great time. I've enjoyed meeting a bunch of people who watch the show. A ton of people come up and said we watch the show every day, and just sprinkle in some nuggets, little Cavs news, little Brown stuff here and there.
Jason, you're more of a veteran than me and Earl. And Earl, I don't want to speak for you, but anytime someone says they come up and they watch us every day, I get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, I think we put on a good product, but when someone else who isn't invested in it at all, like, it really is cool to meet those people and to know they actually exist. I got a couple Spotify raps tweeted at me, and like, I'll shout out my guy Dave. He spent like 28,000 minutes with us. Jeez. Like, I don't want to spend 28,000 minutes with myself. So like for real, we appreciate y'all, and
that's awesome.
You guys are the best, and I think what we've created here is a pretty cool thing, and we don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So hopefully it's the first of many remotes as Jayson Tatum extends the lead here to 10 points for the Boston Celtics. And I think Ant is working on a camera battery. We got the second camera back up and work. Ant's a machine, by the way.
Yeah.
Ant's the Craig Porter Jr. of the UCSS team. Let me tell you why. Ant came in, and we knew Ant was good. It's 35-0, by the way. The Raiders just scored.
That's crazy.
We knew
Look what happens when you lose your starting quarterback.
We knew Ant was talented, right? Just like Craig Porter Jr. was talented, all-conference player in college. But he had a specific skill set. And when he came in, he said, my skill set's not Photoshop. And I said, I need someone to do Photoshop. I said, okay. Well, Craig Porter's specialty wasn't necessarily running an offense. And I know it's 35-0. He was more of a guy who ran the offense in Wichita State. Now he's playing a little off ball with Garland and Mitchell. And he just keeps finding ways to succeed. And no matter what you need, Anthony and Craig Porter Jr. are there, and I'm still disappointed we're not seeing more CPJ in this game.
Yeah, I thought that there was a place for him in this rotation. He was really feeling the need for a while. He was hot. He was playing great. And I kind of thought he'd be around the rotation for a while. You know, I was talking to some people off the air here and said the way that this team is structured, they don't necessarily need a backup point guard every single night. But, yeah, I think CBJ's earned minutes for sure.
All right, let's grade some offseason acquisitions for the Cavs real quick.
Sure.
It's about a quarter way through the season. It's 4:19 left in the fourth quarter, a 10-point game. They're shooting free throws, so I could ask you this question. How would you grade the Max Strus addition to the Cavs so far?
I like the Max Strus addition to the Cavs. I would give it about a B. I would give it a B. You know, I think he's averaging what five rebounds a game.
Shout out Steve with the graphic.
Yeah, shout out Steve with the graphics and 14 points a game. I would like to see the 3-point percentage kind of like go up a little bit more, but outside of that, I mean, of the additions that we brought in who was not on this team last year, he's been the best of the bunch.
It's an A for me. It's an A.
Yeah.
I mean, 37%. There's nothing wrong with shooting 37% from three. There was a glaring need on this team at the three, and he's filled it admirably. And he's played about like I thought that he could. And so for that reason, I think it's an A. I think they nailed it. They nailed the signing. I wasn't sure. They didn't have a ton of flexibility. They didn't have a lot of assets to be very active over the summer. But they had the mid-level, and they used it well.
Yeah, I'll split the difference. I'll give it a B+. The only reason it's not an A is I think he's a better shooter than 37%, even though he's playing and taking a high volume of threes, which is always going to drop your percentage. But if he was at 40, I'd say a bona fide A. I'll give him a B++, just to kind of split the difference. What about George Niang, Jason? You can start on this one. I think Niang's fit in. He's had some ups and downs this year.
He started off really poorly, has picked it up of late. I think he was probably expecting to play a few more minutes than what he was early on. I think Niang's probably a B-.
Oh, Mitchell, that would have been a huge shoot to cut it to 4 with 3.5 minutes left. B- for Niang early in the same mindset?
I would go B-, probably C+, maybe. I thought I would see more, you know. I thought I would see more from him as far as like the 3-point shooting and things like that. He has been up and down, but lately, like Jason said, you know, he has come around outside of that 0 for 10 performance. But, yeah.
And there's a big shot from Karis LeVert. As Joe Mazzulla calls timeout, that cuts it to a 5-point lead.
Making a game of it.
It was a 9.5-point spread, Jason. The Celtics were the biggest favorite on the board today in the NBA. It's a little bit surprising considering the Cavs are by no means the Detroit Pistons. Also, if anyone's in Detroit listening, I will take 10% of what Monty Williams is getting paid right now, and I promise I can't do worse than he can in his last 22 games. I promise you, it's not physically possible. What's up, my guy? It's hard to believe they're 0-22 in their last 22. It's hard to lose 22 games in a row in the NBA.
I told this earlier when I was in with Bull and I think Tyvis. The year after LeBron left the first time, it was my first year on the Cavs beat, and they lost 10 straight games. And then they beat the Knicks at home in double overtime, and I took the night off because I had like a birthday or family something or other. And then they lost 26 in a row. So
26?
26 record. So I covered 36 consecutive losses. I said,
my goodness gracious.
I've used this line multiple times, but it was like going to a funeral every night, digging up the body, and then burying it again. And then the next night, going to the funeral and digging up the body and burying it again. 36 losses in a row.
Yeah.
That is tough. That is.
I remember that from a fan's perspective, right? You know, I was just still working for the city. I hadn't even went to media school yet, and I was just stressed out watching it because it just seemed like just yesterday we was playing in the finals, and here we are, bottom of the barrel again.
36. I covered 30. They lost 36 or 37. I covered 36 in a row.
That is tough. All right, Jason, down the stretch here, Cavs down 5. Still a commercial break, but I just want to get a little prediction. Do you think when the final buzzer sounds, the Cavs will be victorious? Can they pull off a 5? I mean, it's a doable feat, but do you expect them to pull this off?
No, but they can, yeah. I mean, you're going to see a heavy dose of Donovan here down the stretch. It's usually how it goes in tight games like this on the road. Excuse me. I think they were a 10 or 10.5 point dog Tuesday, so I don't know what changed, why they're a point closer tonight than they were on Tuesday.
It was 11.5.
Was it 11.5?
Yeah.
Oh,
Boston hasn't lost at home. They're 11-0 at home, which is I mean, it's not a giant sample size yet, but
That's
nothing.
pretty good. I mean,
Earl.
we're almost to Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Earl,
but it's
what do you
still
think?
disturbing. I mean, like to know that your team is that much of an underdog, even though Boston is quote unquote that good at home. Like those are the things that I don't know. That's disturbing though. I think the Cavs can pull it out. Will they? Probably not. Probably not. I think that they can. We just gonna need our superstar to come up big down the stretch.
We haven't had, in my opinion, there's been a couple big wins, but there hasn't been like one stamp the ground, the Cavs are here win this season yet. And this has a chance to be, and they're showing some stats.
I don't know.
Karis
They've had
LeVert's
some
had
pretty good. I mean, they
17
smoked
in
Denver
the second
at home.
Yeah, but I feel like a win where you come from behind, especially on
I mean,
the
you
road.
come from behind on the road against an elite team. Yeah,
Like, I feel like that's a win that you could really hang your hat on and start building some momentum for. Tavis, you're good right there. You're not blocking anything. Here's Tatum against the switch with Jared. That's a tough matchup for Jared Allen, but he does nothing with it, and he finds himself back up. Oh, no.
That's good defense. Force a bad shot at the shot. Wow, he gets a rebound, though. That's a killer.
And there's Drew Holiday. It was good defense. I mean, Tatum created space and separation, but you'll live with the 27-footer.
Yes, off balance
Yeah.
at the end of a shot clock. I'll take that, but then you can't close out the possession.
And here's the Cavs' favorite little set, the little dribble handoff to a pick and roll and reset. And Mitchell has not touched the ball yet this possession. It's all been DG.
Yeah, good look, too.
And that is
It's a baseline.
an unfortunate possession because he had an open, he had open
He had
space
a
for a
look.
three.
He had
Yeah.
a look.
He must have, did he not catch it cleanly?
No,
We'll
he
see the
didn't.
replay in a sec.
He didn't.
And Jaylen Brown out. Is that Jared Allen he out hustled, or was that Strus? I couldn't tell who was.
It was Isaac Okoro
Okoro.
down there.
Now the one thing the Celtics don't truly have is an elite ball handler. You can put pressure on him late in the game.
Oh.
Well, that's. I'll just shut up. Jayson Tatum just blew right by Karis LeVert and
Like it was
dunked it
nothing.
like it was nothing. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna shut my mouth. You guys can say whatever you want, but that was
yeah,
that's called shoot. I'm sorry, JB. I'll shut up.
no, you're fine.
9-point game, a minute 53
Certainly
left to play.
not insurmountable, but not looking good.
You need a bucket here coming out the half. So once again, when I say I played hoops, I played D3. It's not the NBA. I get it. Whatever.
No, but I mean, Mikey's legit. Mikey knows his stuff.
Whenever we were in these situations, I played for Jim O'Brien, by the way. Jim O'Brien coached at Ohio State, took him to the Final Four in
Yeah.
'99. He
Yeah.
won National Coach of the Year. So I may have played D3. I have a D1 basketball education. That's what I always
broke
say.
a few rules in his day.
I would die for OB. If OB came here and told me to jump off that, he's one of my favorite. I talked to him the other day. Still one of my favorite people. In situations like this, he's stressed. You don't need a three. You have to get a good look. He's like, don't force anything. If you force something, I'll take your ass out.
Yeah.
But you need to get a good look. It needs to be quick. And if
Yeah.
it's a three, so be it. If you could get to the cup, get to the cup. But he would always draw up a play here, whether it was getting, in our case, his name was Mike Thorpe, but our best player coming off a screen into space and says, go make a play. So if I'm JB, I'm getting into Donovan's hands.
These are big, especially in the playoffs. These are big moments. These are ATOs, the after timeout plays. And what do you got? What are you going to draw up to do exactly what you just said, to give yourself a good look? They need a couple good looks. They're down 9, but you got to stop the bleeding here. You had a couple really bad possessions defensively. Gave up a really bad offensive rebound and easy putback. A terrible penetration and blow by Tatum. So you need a basket on this end.
Jason, how good is JB at that? You talk about the ATOs. Like, for example, I thought when Ty Lue was here as the coach.
Ty was a wizard.
Yeah, I thought he was
One of the best
great
in the
at
league
it.
at it,
Yeah, I thought
yeah.
he was great at it.
Yeah.
And let's see what he comes up with here. Garland hands it back to Mitchell. No, fake handoff.
Get
goes
out
to
of
the
the
cup.
way!
And he misses the layup. Garland blew the layup. That was actually a really well-designed play. The fake handoff even had my eyes
I was watching
drawn
Anthony.
off guard.
You didn't miss anything.
Darius Garland blew the layup.
Yeah, this is probably.
And this is, I mean, they score here. This
Basket here,
is a
it's
wrap.
Pick and roll, switch.
Straight to the
right
basket.
to the basket.
I just said they can't
Zero
dribble.
resistance.
I just said they can't dribble. Jason Tatum crossed up LeVert and then just Euro stepped right around Jared Allen.
Zero
The
resistance.
defense is worse than it was last year. The offense is stagnant. I mean,
Yeah, this is over. It's over.
Yeah, well, we're going to go to the final buzzer sings, and then we will wrap. And do we have any super chats, by the way? Yeah, we'll do super chats when we close. You know what? And this is kind of frustrating, Earl. The Cavs' defense was their calling card last season, especially in the regular season.
It was.
And, Jason, it seemed, and I understand it's the regular season. It's not that important. They've been playing without Mobley for times. They've been playing in and out of lineups. But when they need to get a stop this year, they have just not been able to bunker down defensively like they had last season.
Yeah.
And it's essentially the same cast of characters. So I wonder if it's not an effort thing, but more of a.
Well, no, Mobley's huge.
Tonight, but I just mean
that's a huge
in
difference.
general.
Yeah.
In general.
I mean, I think I looked the other day. I think they're middle of the pack.
Tyvis, it was a pleasure. Safe travels back. Thanks for coming.
My brother.
You out, buddy?
We're about to wrap, Bull.
I got some super chats here if you guys want to do these.
Let's do them.
Yeah, there's
All
a
right,
minute
we're gonna-
left. They're down 11.
Yeah, this is over.
Tyvis,
No,
I got a
no.
question for you in the super chat real quick.
Monsters were
It's
winning
5-5 in overtime?
It's
Wow.
not 5-5.
Well,
We're
I'm not
never
going to see
gonna
my
be
girlfriend
asked
today.
back.
All right. Real quick, I got a super chat here for Tyvis. Tyvis, when are you getting your jerk chicken finally?
That is actually a G Bush question. G, the super chats want to know, when am I getting my jerk chicken?
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to my dude Omari with the jerk chicken. Hey, I think Earl had some. Did y'all have some?
It was
jerk
so
chicken?
so good, so good.
It was devastating. I said Tyvis asked me.
We got some people
to
with the
save him
Celtics
some,
minus 9.5 to our
but I
left.
had
So.
the plate. But what Earl had did, you know how you put a plate up in the microwave or whatever. Earl had dipped back, and he didn't know that was your stash. It was Earl, and yeah. Yeah, he dipped back.
All right,
real
Earl
quick,
ate
real
the
quick.
chicken.
This
Can't
is
confirm.
why gambling's the best, because we have people to our right who I know bet Celtics minus 9.5 who are now.
It's a 9-point game.
It's a 9-point game.
And the Celtics are going to dribble it out.
Evan 419's in shambles right now. Evan 419, who brought his entire. I know he brought his family, his girlfriend's here, his parents are here, and he had the Celtics minus 9. He is in sham. I've never seen a man more defeated than I've seen Evan 419 right now. Who's actually not that defeated. What? No, he lost. He had the Celtics minus 9.5.
Who hit the three at the end?
Levert, I think.
Levert.
Levert. The Cavs officially lost 116 to 107. Boston goes 12-0 at home. What's the next question?
All right, next one. Do it for Chubb. Bull had his arm around G like they were on a date. Very romantic. Love that. Rick George had the $50 super chat. And very important question.
Okay.
G is married. Adam the Bull is married. McNuggets, how are you doing? Are you single after that story that we started with?
No, we're doing good.
The man spent $50. You owe him a response.
Well, if you want to hear the story, go back. I shared the story off the top of the show. But me and Miss Nuggets are good. She came out. You guys all saw it, right?
I saw her briefly. I didn't get a chance to say hi.
She was there. I know she said hi to Earl. She talked to Bull.
I explained our situation a little bit better.
Yeah,
to her.
she's
Don't
here.
worry.
We're all
worked
good.
it out.
Miss Nuggets is the best. I'm a lucky man, and we're all good.
Bull hasn't thrown you under the bus lately, has he?
He
Or screwed up your relationship?
apologized tonight. No, he apologized. I think they amended fences here.
Bull has managed to screw up a lot of relationships on this show.
Yeah,
Just
you
saying.
both to keep telling me to dump Bree, but hey. All right, from the last one from Jonathan. I watch you guys every morning, and I love
Thank
the
you.
show. Thank you, Jonathan. That's all of our super chats for tonight, guys. And we are going to get us out of here,
Well,
Mike.
hey, let me say this in all honesty. Thank you guys for showing up, for showing out every day. We love you guys. This worked. Seriously, this was a success. The people from Caesars were pleased with what we did and everyone who came out. It sucks the Cavs are not that good, but
Monsters won, I think, right?
Bull, did the Monsters
win?
I can't. Our hockey correspondent, Adam the Liar. Adam the Liar, which we
already
established earlier.
Botched the CBJ score.
Yeah.
All right,
the Monsters
5-1.
won 5-1. There was
The Blue Jackets. were
how do you mess up the Monsters and the Blue Jackets? It sounds so similar. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. This is the first ever UCSS live remote.
We'll do this again. This is a
Bull,
hit.
that's Bull's hand in front of the camera. Never mind. We love you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. 11 to 12:30 on
11 to 1.
YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
12:30 to 1 on WKYC. For Jason, for Earl, for G, for Anthony, for Bull, for even Jake Crawford. Peace. Tyvis. Peace.
Everybody.